for the Iraqi army.
What? Wow.
I think
I
we're back.
remember fucking I didn't do. I don't know what. You know what's weird is everybody stole a lot of my stuff. Like somebody stole my Class A jacket like years ago.
Good God.
I don't know if they thought it was maybe worth money or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so I was real weird. I wore all the original awards, so I had to polish mine.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, they meant
I
something
was
to
too
me, like they
lazy.
were my original wings. I was somehow able to fucking fight off the bastards and keep my original beret the whole time.
I
That's
lost my
tough,
first
dog. Like,
beret
you
the
don't even
first
understand
weekend.
how many times I had to go retrieve that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I lost. God, people were terrible about taking berets.
Boy, let a beret fucking be sitting around, it was gone.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I fucking was able to fend the bastards off, and I kept mine all the way through. I got it hanging over there on my flag and stuff. But I wish I had all the stuff that I was collecting up. Like, man, my Hodge gear, my hat, my fucking Mooj hat, fucking.
I wish I had. I've found some stuff, but I wish I knew where everything was. I've moved so many times. Shit's gotten lost.
So that was the thing, man. It's like I like lived out of a bag for fucking ever, like just roaming.
Yeah, it's peaceful, man. I was off grid for a long time, and it was just
Same.
I just didn't want to deal with people.
Well, everybody's like, dude, and they got the question. They're just like, how the fuck do you? And I'm like, you really don't miss shit if you don't have it, you know?
Exactly. It's like not a big deal. You haul your way.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
living
like, I was
so
like, they're like,
deliberately
dude, do
that
you not get stressed? I'm like, I have nothing to stress over.
yeah,
So, it is what it is.
yeah, exactly. It's
Well, you about ready to pick it up, man? We'll pick up where we left off last time. I think we kind of went over the war, like the entry of Samoa, like kind of how y'all got there.
yeah. I
Um,
need to correct some things in
okay,
that.
well, we can kick it back to the jump, man, and talk and figure it out. Because I really want to figure it out because it's not a well known ordeal, and I tell people about it all the time. Because the point I'm trying to make, I was like, there was a lot of big events that are not fucking known about,
Bro.
and it's like we're living history, and once we don't tell the story, it's never told.
Talking to the guys since you and I started talking that I've been able to get in touch with, the memory, dude, it's been an emotional roller coaster the last
Right,
week.
like people remind you of an instance, and you're like,
Whole, yeah, like just it's been crazy talking to these guys, and all of them. We all assumed the records were there. We assumed the records existed. Since talking to you, doing research online,
it's nothing.
figuring things out and remembering things and then looking for what's going on. Like I think I sent you that email about that reporter from well, you sent me that link, Peter
I sent you
Sleep.
that one about the guy about the kid from 141.
Yeah. I dove into that, found an article from the bayonet, the infantry uh
I,
infantry
I
safety.
contacted that guy that wrote it.
You did?
Yeah, and he had a hard time understanding what the fuck I was saying. Like he was like weirded out about it.
I've had a couple of I had a guy from the First Battalion 325 when I first talked to him because I brought up Corey Mills. He got weirded out, but after I told him, I was like, dude, we're not fuck that guy. We're not.
Yeah.
This isn't about that. The fact of the matter is, this is the largest battle the 82nd's been in since World War II, and we have better records from World War II than we do from someone. And I know why that is.
We all know why
It
that is.
Oh, it's not just us though. It's Third Infantry. It's everybody. That Thunder Run, everybody's so proud of.
Yeah.
The commanders that were in charge of that shit had no business trying to do that. It was. we should not have
It was
moved
it was
that fast.
stupid. Like it makes that was one of the stupidest ideas. Like I
They
never
should
understood it.
they should have stuck with the plan. They should have had a plan. We didn't have radios for Christ's sake, dude. Like how do you
Who the
keep
fuck
from
did y'all not
having
have radios?
yeah, how do you keep from having green on green incidents without fucking radios?
And I mean, you got to everybody's got to load up the same comm. Like you all got to have the same freak.
Exactly. It's like the Jessica Lynch convoy, that never should have fucking happened.
Bro, that was the stupidest shit. When I remember hearing about it, and they're trying to tell us that she did all these wild events and stuff, and I'm like, nah, fuck that. Nah,
It's
that didn't happen.
I don't really bring up any other books and stuff, but there's been a lot of cases where the military needed a hero.
Oh well, they always turn a command failure into a hero story.
Yep, and they just throw something out, and in the long
I'll
run,
say it. I
it
say it
comes out.
all the time. I'm like, that's why fucking they gave Tillman a Silver Star. I mean, uh, fucking Latrell got one. I mean, fucking Murphy got a Medal of Honor for a failure, a bad one. Um, so I mean, I say the shit, dude. Everybody's like, "Oh man, I know they don't need." I'm like, "Yes, there is, because there's a fucking pattern." You know what I
Well,
mean?
and then like the bigger thing, like the Latrell story, for instance, that dude got fucked. He's fucked up in the head. You can see it,
He's
and
fucked
then
up because one, he like lives with guilt, and then he's got shame. I don't fuck with him anymore because I understand the situation. You
the
get
Navy
everybody
put him
shitting
in.
on him because they say, "Oh, y'all got fucking y'all's asses kicked by goat herders," and I tell them I ain't never fought a goat herder. Um,
I never
I was
did
like,
it.
bruh, the fucking altitude takes a big fucking part of it. If you're not acclimated, and those goddamn Jordanians and shit know how to fight.
Well, and if you kind of pay attention to what's happened with all that stuff, the Navy put him in that situation. The Navy did this to
100%.
him.
And
He didn't do
they
anything.
hired a branding company, and DOD thought it would be good for fucking recruitment. So they basically gave him a fucking option. I promise you, you want to fucking be a hero or you want to be a fucking labeled something else.
Yep. And that's Lynch when she came out and was like, I didn't do any of that shit.
She did. She come in front of Congress and told the truth.
That dude, that took balls.
But she did the
Because
right thing, and I won't. I don't let
exactly.
people bad talk her. I'm like, hey, fucking. They put out the story. She didn't put out that story.
Exactly. And as soon as she found out about it, when she was well enough, she went up and said, this didn't happen.
It just,
So
like I told everybody, I said, hey man, just leave her alone. Like she fucking, she,
what she went through, dude.
yeah. And like she told the story. She's like, I didn't do anything.
Well, she said she was knocked out right off the bat.
Yeah.
Broke her leg and knocked out right off the bat.
But my defense was when I first heard about it, I was like, bro, if I would have got lost and got us goddamn killed, them motherfuckers would put me in the brig. Goddamn sure wouldn't have gave me no motherfucking award or made me no hero. I promise.
Exactly.
Like they would have punished me. I always like reading fucking Lloyd Austin's Silver Star. I always get a fucking laugh out of it.
I've never read it.
Oh, it's fucking goddamn wild, man. I remember, and it was funny as I seen it on somebody had put it on like Task and Purpose or something, and I was reading it on there, and you could see the comments down there below it, like guys that were there, like you motherfucker, and then I didn't realize that I had commented on it once before, and I was like Lloyd the Jackal Austin, tip of the spear. Somebody had said that he had run off and left the whole unit behind. By the time they caught up, he had already killed 85 men and had 36 tied up. The Jackal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all know that didn't happen. I don't understand how some of these awards get through. Like,
Well, they got staff that can write them for them. And it was really disheartening because I remember being a private at basic training, man, on Fire Watch and just going through that fucking book of medals, and just like just daydreaming what it would take to get something like that. And then you learn the truth.
We had no, five Bronze Star with Valors from when I was at 4ID from January 28th, 2008 up in Missoula, downgraded to ARCOM with Valors because, and I quote, from Colonel Bills, 3rd ACR commander, I don't care if everybody there did the same heroic thing, only one person can have a Bronze Star with Valor. Everyone else gets a lower.
So sick. I remember the Marines in Fallujah and stuff, and they were getting like basically ARCOMs and shit. And I mean, stacking bodies,
Yeah.
fucking. And they just basically told them, we save the higher awards, the sanctity of the award for the higher echelon. And I was like, y'all motherfuckers ain't never been in a fight. We had a bunch of peacetime fucking leadership.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting at. Like that Thunder run to Baghdad, we shouldn't have done that. We should have stuck with the plan. When the Marines got bogged down in Najaf, everybody, or Nasiriyah, I can't remember. I think it was Najaf. When they got bogged down, 3rd ID should have held in place, waited, jumped up. We should have jumped on the bike. We should have stuck with the fucking plan.
I agree. We were watching you guys. Like they had just put these. We had one truck that they had put this FBCB2 computer in.
Yeah,
and we could watch the fucking map, and everybody that had one, you could talk to them like a IM message.
Exactly. When I got brothers, I learned all about that shit.
And like we had one fucking vehicle that they put one on, and we're like, we're taking that son of a bitch. Like we want the computer. Like,
right.
Yeah, dude. So we were talking to guys that were in Bradley's and shit, and asking them, when they were gearing up, we could see everybody forming up in Kuwait and shit. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, if you want to start back, man, we can jump back to the jump and fucking, let you kind of straighten some things.
Okay. However you want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll make it right, man. Fucking, I enjoy it. I use it as a form of therapy. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it really is.
Well, we went through everything up to like Talil going into a Samoa.
So yeah, we'll start at Talil.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like noted that like the guys that were at Champion Maine and shit, and which is funny because I got on YouTube the other night, and I remember that like the news stations were fucking filming like 24 hours a day, like Iraq update, and it had the dude that fucking it had the dude that blew up, that fragged the command into 101st on there. They showed him fucking on the ground, beat to shit. Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
He was the Muslim guy. He fucking went there and threw the frags in there.
Yep.
He's still alive.
Yeah. By chance, I ended up talking to a guy that I think his brother was one of the guys that was killed in that. It was just, damn, dude, that's fucking crazy.
I forgot all about it. You know what I mean? And then I got to thinking about some shit, and I was like, hell yeah, man, like a motherfucker, like, because there were so many people at Champion Maine in Kuwait.
Oh yeah, we were in RR, so I mean, it was just us and the special folks. The only thing we had was a TV. We were in one of our briefings when somebody came in and said, hey, somebody threw a fucking grenade into a tent in the 101st, blew somebody up, and I think the dude's name is Muhammad or some shit like that. And it's like, oh, go figure. Great.
I mean, dude, it didn't pay to be no motherfucking Muslim back then. Like, it wasn't. So, I want, like, I just because I like looking at the pictures or whatever, because I never been down there, but like, Talil looked kind of cool to me.
Dude, it was wild because 1st Battalion and 3rd Battalion and headquarters were waiting on us.
Yep.
And like we flew in, air landed. So we leave our Saudi Arabia, and they're like, okay, we're not jumping. We turn all our shit back in. We jump on planes, and we're just loaded, sitting down in each other's laps, basically loaded like fucking cattle in these C-130s. They take off, land in freaking Talil, but when we took off, they're like, we're gonna be mapping the earthen, and when the ramp, we're doing an air land. When the ramp jumps, it's a tactical landing. So all of it, we don't get any other word. The fucking plane lands, stops, and drops ramp, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, shit. And then Sergeant Major Flowers comes walking on. All right, come on, we're over here, sleeping over here.
Dude, how does that feel like when you do the map of the Earth and like the tactical landing and everything, and then like they let the gate down, and then there's somebody just sitting out there with a PC cap saying, "Come on, man, fuck."
Hey guys, come on. It's like, what the
Like you're amped up, dude. We're ready to ride, man. We're ready to fucking come out of that bitch fucking swinging.
We were expecting like true. I mean, we did a little bit of map of the Earth, but I mean, it was no worse than just when they're
Ready to
doing
jump
racetracks
and
at
fucking with
Bragg.
you. Yeah.
Well, yes, Saturday fun jumps when you're just trying to make sure you. It's no worse than that.
That one we went into Afghanistan was no fucking joke, man. They torpedoed that motherfucker in there when we went in.
Oh, I bet.
In the
Yo,
middle. So we went to Tajikistan, and that's where we fucking formed up at. And they're like, "Hey, this motherfucker's gonna fix to go total blackout when we fucking go over." And dude, it was like a fucking bullet to the ground when they went down into fucking Kandahar. And I remember them opening the back door, and we didn't know what to expect weather-wise. And there was a fucking sandstorm going on. And I just
oh,
remember my fucking buddy Ramos, he was sitting there, he's like, "Oh shit, it's bad." Fucking
oh god. I never got to go to Afghanistan, but every time I went to Iraq, as soon as the plane door opens, there's a smell, and it's like, yep, I'm here again.
Dog, I burnt down the graveyard, so fucking you can't tell me nothing fucking.
Yeah. Oh, fucking crazy. But
Anyway, so fucking y'all bust up, y'all
well,
catch back up with the fucking the brigade pretty much. Fucking
for us, we would like when we left Kuwait, and that's when nobody from the 82nd was with Task Force 20 anymore. Once RR split up and the jump on Baghdad was done, we did some like QRF stuff for some of the ODA teams, and like we worked with the CIA a little bit, but we like I'll get into that later. That was just fucking retarded. But so when we got to Talil, we had got there that first night. We slept on the ground right there, and then they gave our company this little house out at the end of the thing, and told us we needed to set up a perimeter. So we got a perimeter set up inside Talil Air Base that is secured and has a main gate leaving. And we're watching people drive by going, why the fuck are we doing this? It was just and finally this Air Force like colonel dude comes over, he goes, what are y'all doing? Everybody was told we had to have security.
y'all out there pulling security inside the fucking wire.
Wait, shit you not, man. We were pulling security inside the wire. Yeah, it was ridiculous. But we were only there for like God, a night, 2 nights.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all were in and out of there pretty fast.
Yeah, fucking, we were loading up on trucks, and boom, on our way north. Then apparently we hit Asamawat to kind of help Third ID move through, but I don't see how that's possible considering they were fucking gone.
I was gonna say because I thought they had already rolled out.
Dude, they didn't even go in Asamawat; they went around it.
That's kind of what I assumed was. I thought they just rolled right on around it, like they just.
They rolled around and told us that there were like 300 bad guys in Asamoah. They left a zero off that motherfucker pretty much. There was a lot of Fedayeen and regular Iraqi army in
Well, now
Asamoah.
that I'm hearing it and like reading more and more about it, I'm like, there's a lot more goddamn people there now than I was ever like known about because I was like the way they made it sound, I was like they fluffing up another one. But then the guy, when I still more and more guys I talked to, they're like, fuck no, dude. Like there was all kinds of motherfuckers there.
The great thing about Asamoah, yeah, I'm glad I got to talk to my buddy Donald too, because like I said, he's in the Philippines. But he was like, "There's no way that rule of engagement going into Asamoah was right." What are you
Y'all had
talking?
rules of engagement?
I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, the rules of engagement was if it moved, kill it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying. Like,
but we had dropped pamphlets and pamphlets for days on Asamoah saying you either stay in, and he's got some of the pamphlets he's going to mail me.
that's cool.
So I'm going to get that to you.
That's
So,
fucking awesome.
so that you got that portion of it, but like nobody in a Samoa, unless they had medical conditions, was not a fighter. And then after we secured a Samoa, the rules of engagement kind of changed to if they've got boots on, their targets. But by then, everybody was giving up and everything. I mean, that was the fifth, sixth day. But going in, yeah, it was weapons free.
So explain to me if you talk to more guys, explain to me like the time frame, like, and then how command basically what I read was trying to set up in a tent, and it's like trying to figure out where obviously they can't read a goddamn map. Um,
They well, they had nothing. They didn't have maps. We didn't have like it was the same kind of thing when you're talking about going
well, they
into.
were telling me that, so I'd understood that they had like some satellite imagery,
Yeah, they got
and
some old satellite imagery and maybe a map or two, but like none of the team leaders, none of the squad leaders, none of the platoon sergeants or PLs, we didn't have any fucking maps. It was just
right.
like we're going over here. Okay, we're going over there.
I'm like looking for a fucking like a landscape or a fucking building or something.
Okay, so I've been mapping it. My computer shut down. But if you pull up a map of Asamoah and the river, the Euphrates, as it comes in, there's it'll look. Go to. Do you have Google Earth?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Go to the 2003 image or
Okay.
2004 image historical of Google Earth. I can put you on the house I was on.
All right. Gotta make sure this motherfucker doesn't load up all my Vietnam stuff because I got hella shit going on over there. Actually, I'm
Holy
gonna start
shit!
a new map for this one.
Me. Wait a minute. I should have it on.
And let's see, I can do the history, historical imagery. Have you went back and looked at it now? Like it's,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, like the areas I looked at were that used to be palm groves and canals, or like,
There's new buildings there and every.
yeah, it's all kinds of shit.
I'm pulling it up on my iPad so I can. Now I gotta find the historical.
All I can go
Well,
back to, I
I
can
mean,
go back to '04 is what it'll let me do.
yeah. Go to the '04 and you'll see Fort
I'll put it
Bridges.
up on here for you.
Yeah, it's just fucking wild.
Okay. What am I looking at here?
I'm going back to. 2004. And there. Okay, perfect. I got it on my. All right, so you got the zoom out. You see the bridges?
I see one here.
See it on the right. You see the U, the little canal U thing?
Yeah, right here.
Yep. If you come down basically kind of south from that, pretty sure, well, I know that's where we walked up. That
Okay, so can you
that
see where
left
I'm going?
side. We ended up coming up, we stopped in that damn field, right? Not move over to the left, right about there, down a little bit. Left. See the little waterway going in, the little ditch canal
Right
thing?
here.
No, keep going up.
Right here.
Yep, that ditch, that line right there, keep going up. From what I remember, we stopped in that field right there, and then we ended up walking up through that town right there, through that little thing of villages, and came up on
Yeah.
that road on the Euphrates. And that's where Sergeant Major Flowers was standing going, move to the sound of the guns, man. Now, 1st Battalion was already up around that first bridge.
Okay, so
And they were decisively engaged. So we were moving up to move through them to try and take that
where's the
second bridge.
first bridge at? The first bridge is all the way up here.
First bridge is all the way over there to your left.
This is the one I'm thinking of right here.
Yep. So
So y'all
1st
come in from
Battalion,
this end down here on foot.
dude, we ended up moving like 3 miles when we were supposed to move like no distance.
And like, just because I know how this area is, I bet this motherfucker was muddy, man.
Oh yeah, it sucked, dude. It was like, what the fuck are we doing? And when when the Bravo company dude from 1st Battalion was like, we ended up showing up really west. Yeah, we were really, really west because we had to move up through all that to that bridge that they were at. They did end up getting across that first bridge. I forgot because now that looking back on it, when we pulled out, we had to walk by that bridge, and that's the bridge that the two Bradleys pulled up to and just started unloading on the other side of the river.
Now I've read that because of the guys from like 141. You know, they there's a little bit of a spat I was reading between some guys on there because they were talking cash shit, and it was kind of like, hey, motherfucker, I don't remember seeing y'all for fucking ever.
The the Bradleys didn't show up until 6 hours late. We were all supposed to be there at dawn, like right before dawn, at dawn, going in, hit the bridges across, and the Bradleys were supposed to be there to move
And
with
this
us.
is the three bridges.
Yeah. Well, the one you gotta zoom out a little bit. That one's just like some weird. Yeah.
Okay,
See.
so you got the third one over here.
Yeah, that's some kind of weird little foot traffic bridge or some shit.
Now, what was the importance of the bridges like?
We were gonna go. So the soccer stadium on the other side and the government office on the other side of the river. My
Mm-hmm.
understanding was the goal was to cross the bridge, cross the bridges, get to the government center, take the rest of the city, and then the city's ours.
So here's the government center right here.
Yeah.
It says, you got the park, and there's the government office.
Yep.
All right.
But if you go back down the first day, 2nd Battalion never crossed a bridge. 1st Battalion got across that first bridge. The Bradleys and everybody showed up late. 2nd Battalion, between the two bridges, you see the closest to the freaking second bridge. The right here. Okay, you see the little berm over there just outside of the houses on the right, on the bottom? No, you're
Right
going
here?
too far. Where's your cursor? I can't see it.
Can you
Put your
see it right
cursor.
here?
Okay, move it southwest. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. See this little no, you're too far. See this
Too
little
far?
berm. See where the houses start on it? Yeah, right there.
Right here, yeah.
That the berm to the left of that a little bit.
Like right in this area?
Yep, right in that area. So that's where our mortar, that's a courtyard.
Okay.
That's where our headquarters, we dropped our assault packs, crossed the alley, and we were in the building. Okay, go to the first building you hit.
Here?
Yeah, now go to the next one.
Here?
We were on that roof.
Which is going to be fucking jank on this fucking...
Yeah, it's crappy imagery, but that's the rooftop we were on. That's the alley we were moving back and forth across to get to our rucks and our packs and shit. Well, to our assault packs. And we're handing off mortars. And that's the rooftop we saw the truck come across that
That's the one that got that was fucking loaded down with fucking explosives.
Yeah, that didn't get set off and he was too attached to his arm for his own good.
Is that the one you talking about? The fucking dude come back to get his arm and got killed?
Truck got lit up. Truck got lit up in the middle of that bridge, stopped it dead. 50 cal round right through the fucking engine block. And dude kept hiding. There's like pillars on the other side. He kept hiding on the other side of the pillars and then trying to get out to the truck. And he got out to the truck and grabbed his arm. And one of the snipers was like, tink.
Because I thought I read somewhere that like that truck was like loaded down with explosives and shit.
Yes, it was. And that was one of the reasons we it got stopped.
Fucking but they don't talk about the arms.
No. No.
But I mean that's a great detail. I know it's terrible humor, but still.
It's I mean, we're combat veterans. I mean,
yeah, well, whatever.
That's funny shit.
I wonder if he had like a fucking good watch on it or something.
I would hope so. It might have been that. Might have been this watch.
Might have been. That's like I posted a picture one night because everybody was always posting all their fucking photos and stuff, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll post one." And I posted it, and it was a leg, and I was like, "Iraqi fucking world kickball champion 03." And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh God, good sense of humor.
I was like, "Fuck, man. I mean, they weren't gonna win anyway. I mean, Saddam was gonna kill them,
right?" But yeah, so, that's where we ended up stopped. And I on that roof caught that ricochet round. They still fucking got that thing, but it barely.
Well, all right, if you're on the roof, where's the fucking round coming from?
Up behind us. That's the other thing. Like, okay, so we're fighting everybody across the river.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got lit up from behind by our 3rd Battalion.
What the fuck?
Like I said, we didn't have radios, man. Like, dude, some people had radios, some commands had radio. It was.
I mean, but tracers have a certain color too.
Oh yeah, they do. But yeah, like I said, we moved too fast with not the correct equipment, with, in my opinion, command officers that were from a peacetime army that had no experience, no knowledge, and had no business trying to lead the way they were trying to lead.
No, because I mean, like the most one of them might have been at was like the big line in the sand at Desert Storm.
Exactly. And
this right here is too much, man. I think so explain to me, like, because I know the whole battalion can't be fucking balled up at one
Oh
spot.
no, that's Charlie Company.
Okay.
Bravo Company's forward of us just a little bit, not much. In the buildings, kind of around the base of the fucking what you call it.
Bridge or whatever.
Yeah, base of the bridge. First Battalion, like I said, they're back at the first bridge and they did establish a foothold across the bridge, from my understanding.
But didn't they fucking like? So I read about, and I talked to a lot of first. So I talked to a lot of first battalion guys, and there was a lot of fuckery went on over there, and that's kind of part of it. And it was almost like they got across, and then like some asshole captain fucking was screaming retreat on the goddamn radio.
That was, if I'm not mistaken, Alpha Company, First Battalion.
Yeah, it was Charlie, and
Was
I'm
it?
gonna say his goddamn name, Roger Davis.
He
Um,
was relieved by the time because we pulled out that day, that first day when that shit happened. He was relieved by the time we got back.
yeah, he always lets everybody know he's SF qualified. And I was like, "Aren't you the fucking guy that was screaming retreat?"
How
I'm
the
like,
fuck
"How?"
is he?
That's such a nasty word. Like,
A sergeant first class got a silver star because he took over the company and fucking
oh,
they
they
moved
gave
forward.
fucking Davis got a bronze star for fucking screaming retreat.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dead fucking serious, man.
I was at the ceremony. We had a big ceremony when we got back to give out like the silver star and some valor awards and shit like that.
Yeah, we didn't do all that.
The the sergeant first class that took over the company when Davis yelled retreat, that dude got a silver star. They read that shit up there on the stage.
I could imagine. Could you imagine? I just imagine in my mind hearing that across the fucking net, and fucking everybody just like, did he just say that? Oh, fucking like,
The funny thing is, like, only like your company commanders pretty much had radios that were your company commander. Your RTO, if you were lucky, was with your LT. If you were lucky, had a right field and people were actually talking on it properly. Everybody was on fucking ICOMs.
yeah,
And it was like, ICOMs suck. And
yeah, they do.
you're in
Fucking
the middle of a
icons
cluster
suck,
like that. It's like, dude, this isn't going to work, bro.
dude.
But
Icons are the worst.
I thought my company's second platoon lit up Bravo Company from Second Battalion because I read about the company commander talking about that, and the guys getting in the fist fight.
Oh, that. So
Turns,
you read that about where they got into the fucking fist fight afterwards?
yeah, turns out it was our third platoon. I'm gonna make a couple phone calls, see if I can get. I'm pretty sure I got. I'm pretty
So I
sure the
know
dude.
fucking First Battalion got fucking lit up, and it was like, or Second Battalion. It was First Battalion, Second Battalion got into a goddamn like gun battle across the street from each other.
Yes, yes, they did, and that was when we were moving up into. That whole thing was just a fucking clusterfuck.
So and just and if any of the guys are listening to this and I get it wrong, like I'm piecing it together from what I'm being told, and I talked to the medics or whatever, which those dudes were fucking heroes.
Oh yeah.
Um, and dude, like there's a lot of shit that really bothers them to this day, and I just I give them their peace because they've told me shit that fucking I'll just keep it with myself.
But
Um,
like we were talking about, man, like this whole thing, this is to record the history of what happened, not to burn anybody or anything like that.
yeah.
Just nobody has these records, and I'm giving you what I know from my perspective and what
Hmm.
I've talked to from my friends. The more we can build up this, we can probably trace this entire battle and hopefully prevent
Oh yeah,
anything
dude.
like
Like
that.
we could digitally rebuild it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hopefully prevent anything from like this from ever happening again.
And it shouldn't have happened. And when the reason I knew so much about that one was because I read about a Sergeant Dukes um,
Yeah.
and a guy named Jesse Walker, that fucking was treating a guy that had just been shot in the stomach. I mean, he was a medic that got shot. Actually, he run out there to help a guy that had been shot, and it went through his glasses and out the backside of his helmet. Fucked his face up pretty good, but he refused to leave the fucking fight.
Was that height?
Yep.
It, reading the stuff that.
And he was a
Okay,
javelin
so
gunner.
there was between. I don't know exactly how many wounded. The 325, 141. Was it 319? Cav.
Yeah. I think
I
so.
don't. I don't know how many wounded everybody took in the
Well, I know what
battle.
they reported.
They reported 0
Yeah.
because I have talked to guys over the 6 of the dudes I've talked to over the last week and a half.
I was told 40, around 40.
Between 40 and 60 is what I'm getting now.
Holy shit.
But the dudes that I've talked to, they didn't know anyone was wounded because we were told nobody was wounded. So
Yeah,
there's
and the
guys.
families didn't. The families have never known that either.
Exactly. It's like, how. What? I'm blown away at the loss of the records, but
Well, it's not that the loss. Like they were intentionally set fire to.
yeah, exactly.
So like there was no AARs. There's no morning after reports. But what I do know is that shit had to go to higher. And if it didn't go anywhere else past that, and that's where the fucking buck stopped. Because you're going to get a goddamn, you know, every day you're going to get a fucking report of, you know, ammo, casualties, fucking, everything you got. It's going to go to higher and they're going to report it up to fucking battalion and so forth.
And every squad leader, every team leader, every platoon sergeant, every PL, and every captain that was there is going to remember if somebody was injured.
Fuck yeah.
They're going to know.
Like,
And
yeah, 100%.
it,
So let me ask you this real quick. Where was 2nd Battalion's aid station at?
the aid station, I am not positive where that was established. I wasn't.
I know you're at the forefront, up front,
Yeah,
but
we were
I
supposed
read
to.
it was like,
It was.
it's going to be where headquarters is.
Yeah, it was that all the aid stations were co-located.
Okay.
My understanding, all the aid stations were co-located with brigade headquarters.
Right.
And my buddy Justin, who I want to get you linked up with, that first day, 2nd platoon did not go. They stayed back at the headquarters where the aid station was as QRF.
Okay.
He said he doesn't remember any wounded coming in, but he was out on guard. Tish, his squad leader, he's going to get with him and see if he can get that info for you. Because the second day, when we went back in, we just all went. Nobody stayed back. But that first day, 2nd platoon, I didn't even know that. I thought 2nd platoon was with us the first day. But I was a team leader going into Iraq.
Right.
But
I mean, that's a big job still, dude. Being team leader, fucking man. I tell you what, man. This is a pretty fucking dense populated fucking area to be a fucking first goddamn offense for light infantry being on foot. Like God,
it would, dude.
like
It was
that's a
it was
lot,
surreal.
dude. Like that's a fucking lot.
Knowing that you were weapons free, it was surreal because it really, like, targets just, and pretty much, yeah, if you saw a target, it had a weapon, it was just fucking crazy. It was like, and you know how they aim, inshallah.
Yeah, they just fucking spraying, dude.
Yeah, inshallah, that does not work against American forces.
So there's a couple other key places I wanted to mark out on here. Fucking basically like some pinpoint, and it's gonna be. I'm just gonna fucking put this one here. Um, but I read about. So I read about the fucking quit do that now. Put it where I want it. There it goes. Okay. And I read about they told me about shooting a fucking a concrete plant with a fucking tow missile.
Yeah, there was a sniper. Where's the concrete plant? I don't even know where the concrete plant was. Is that it? It's across the street. It's across the river. I'm pretty sure it's that
It's on the other side.
round. I'm pretty sure it's that round tower that's across on the second bridge. I think that was it.
Like
But
right
yeah,
there.
that was if I remember
That looks
correct.
like it right there. That building right here.
Yeah. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, there was a dude up in the tower, sniper. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna call him a sniper. There was a dude shooting from the tower, and
Sniper sounds so much cooler though.
right, but the Delta trucks were on the road right there. Just, I mean, they were beasts, dude. They were laying waste
Oh
all.
dog, I was in a Delta company, man. Like we'll fuck your shit up.
Right, dude, I loved it. But yeah, fuck. So I went up to one of the trucks, the Mark 19 truck. I told you about that. My saw gunner was marking a dude that kept popping up in one of those fucking little doorways onto the roof. And Mark 19 dude lit that shit up, and I can hear the radio, and they're like, "We're gonna light him up with a tow." Negative. The tow was already gone.
Whatever, it's already fucking backblast area clear.
Yeah, it was already gone. So they moved on down the road. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that berm that I was telling you about, that I showed you
Mm-hmm.
before we got in the house, that's where we were when the ETAC was sitting there, and he said, Patriot missile danger close. And I passed it down, Patriot missile danger close. What the fuck is that?
I mean that's a good that's I guess somebody shot a scud at y'all's ass.
The fucking I don't know, but when it blew up, we were like, "That's it." He's like, "Yeah, that's it." Okay,
Okay. All right.
cool. That's nothing. That's not close. A long ways away. Yeah, that's
It's
not
like
close.
that was got me laughing. So was it the first bridge or the second bridge that had the fucking the arms guy? Was it the second bridge?
The second bridge is the bigger of the bridges, or was the bigger of the bridges back then. It was the main bridge that I recall, and that's the one that had, yeah, right about there where you drop that pin, just a little bit further down the bridge, he was just stopped.
I'm just putting them in the general area.
Yeah, I've been trying to do the same thing. I've been doing the same thing on Google Earth for you, so I can send it to you and share it with you.
So third battalion's behind you guys, right back
Third
here.
Battalion came up through that way, from my understanding. I know that's where we got lit up from by them.
I'm surprised y'all didn't turn around and start fucking rocking fire back at them.
You can see the DCUs. It's like, dude, how can you?
Start waving a fucking VF-17 panel or something.
We would. That's what we ended up. The VF. We're yelling at them, waving a VF-17 panel.
That's fucked up, dude. Like
Fucking
I'm gonna just
retarded.
tell you, one time I get it, okay? Like tension's high, but man, the second fucking time I get shot at, we might fucking go weapons hot. Like fuck this.
What? And the fun, like everybody was shooting shit that day. Everybody, because it was a target-rich environment. Like they thought all the bad guys were on one side of the river. The fuck they were. We were U'd in by the time we pulled out and moved out.
So, was there any special forces and anybody running around this fucking area?
I'm not sure if there were SF dudes running around there or not. I don't recall seeing. I don't recall seeing any of them.
Yeah, I've never really heard of any.
No, I don't. When the jump got canked, dude, I think all those dudes just kind of went out to their own missions and shit.
Well, a lot of them went to Haditha Dam
Yeah,
because they were worried about them flooding the place.
right. But yeah, fucking the rest of it just. I did see. Now, hold on. The second day when we crossed the bridges, because the second day we fucking manhandled everybody, went straight across the bridges like fuck you, we're gonna kill everybody.
So, what was slowing y'all down from the first day? Like, just confusion, or like the motherfuckers was laying down some fire? Like, what was going down?
From what I've been reading and understanding where I can find stuff and talking to dudes, ammo started going low and the resistance was more than was expected. And somebody said what we had done had pulled enough attention away from what Third ID was doing that we didn't have to go. I guess they asked if we could get across the bridges, and the person said, I don't think I'm getting across the bridges. And they said, we'll just pull back. And then we pulled back down that same road that I said we walked in on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we walked over into one of those fields and we slept for like 6 hours.
I seen some pictures and it's just garbage.
Yep.
Like, just garbage fucking everywhere.
That spot where you've got 2325?
Mm-hmm.
We slept there.
Like,
I'm pretty sure that's where we slept.
I looked at a bunch of photos. It's like LMTVs are stuck. Goddamn fucking garbage every fucking where.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
And I was like, why do they got these motherfuckers in the garbage? Like, take a house.
Well, we slept there for a while. We ended up loading back up on, I think we loaded back up on vehicles. We loaded back up on vehicles, went to the schoolyard. We were there overnight. I mean, we just literally bombed the shit out of places overnight. Blew up the soccer stadium. And, because there were like 300 that met in the soccer stadium, and we blew that up. The E-Tax blew that up.
I think the soccer stadium was like.
It's on the north side of the river.
Like right in here or something? By the government fucking building.
It's still. Well, shit. I think the soccer stadium had a roof back then. It doesn't have a roof now. It's got metal bleachers from the new infantry. They should have been fun.
And the goddamn fucking gave them a fucking what you call it, a damn skylight. I bet they had A10s and shit out there too.
Oh yeah. The A10s were tearing shit up. It was great. I like A10s.
Yeah, I love the A10s. So a friend of mine from Vietnam, I mean, he's literally one of my dear friends. He helped build the first ones. He was over fucking quality control and shit of them.
Oh, damn.
He knows so much about that plane.
Hearing that plane just light shit up on the other side of that river.
Oh, and they let the gun go, man. It's just fucking. Womp. Womp. I'm glad we've never had to be on that other end of that shit.
No shit, dude. That would be terrifying.
I've got some fucking pretty good ones in Afghanistan and stuff. And What sucks is you got these guys that are sitting out there in the darkness thinking they're hid. And there's
Mm-hmm.
Apache watching him at like 2 miles away. And he's like,
Yeah.
go ahead and light him up. And you see, in this like a fucking 10-second wait. Then you just start seeing guys trying to hide and shit. And I was like, what do you do, man? You don't even know where the fuck it's coming from. You can't see it, can't hear it.
The craziest thing I've ever seen somebody do on air scan. So we were watching. This was 2008. I was watching air scan. Fucking Alpha Company from our battalion is going down to raid this house up in Missoula, and this house is off. Like it's a ways out. You can see people coming up on you for a minute. So two Kiowas come in, and like before Alpha Company gets to the house, you see the squirters run out the back of the house. Well, one of the dudes like immediately gets lit up by the bird, and he's gone. The other dude is running through the desert, literally shooting a pistol at the bird, and the bird lights him up. You see all these. He comes running out of it, still shooting the pistol, and he gets lit up again, and he doesn't do that again.
It's
Just
like,
goes away.
at least he tried, dog. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like you're shooting at a helicopter, idiot.
dude, those things are so badass. And if you ever talk to anybody, what's so weird is during that time frame, they were talking about getting rid of them, and they had started putting all that money in the Comanche.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, well, I mean, these motherfuckers are kind of undefeated. Like, why are we getting rid of them?
Right.
I mean, like, seriously, like, the Apache was, like, completely undefeated, you know?
Yeah.
And they had put, like, $1 billion or something into the Comanche at that time.
And
They just
now it's
nixed
gone.
it. Like, I just said, fuck it. Um, motherfucker, it was even on a video game. Shit, they didn't ever use it. But it was supposed to be faster and fucking silent and all that other shit. And you know what's so funny is I used to read like the Army Times and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I remember when they had that fucking invisible tank out there. They were tested.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it had like the fucking Predator armor on it.
Yeah.
Now the bitch was just a blur, fucking. And the way it worked is it bended light around it.
Yeah, some kind of mirror type
Mm-hmm.
fucking weird coating on it or some shit. Paint. Some.
Well, I was telling you guys, I was like, man, we had some wild shit. And I actually remember that fucking that exoskeleton suit they were trying to make.
Oh,
Um,
God. When we got back from Iraq, we were supposed to jump the Land Warrior system.
okay.
That's the pack you're talking. Well, that was the beginning of the pack. You know, they had the exoskeleton after,
Right.
but at first you had these battery packs that were going to be on these fucking flip down screens.
So you had the visor with the fucking the heads up displays and all the shit in it
Yeah,
that I looked at.
we broke it before we jumped it, so we didn't have to jump it. It was an extra fucking like 15 pounds of shit.
Well, they had like this whole suit at one time, and like the fucking your weapon was gonna have like 4 different kinds of ammunition in it, and a fucking rocket launcher, and
That XM7 thing.
yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I tell people, I'm like, dude, this is 20 years ago. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and we ended up not using any of it.
well, it was like, where are they at now? You know what I mean? Remember when they come out with the fucking rifle that had the bend? Like they could shoot around the corners and it had the goddamn camera on it and shit.
Oh yeah, fucking the
I
Germans.
absolutely, I was one of the division master gunners, and I was like, fuck
Yeah.
no.
Well, that whole idea, people didn't even. I guess people just kind of forgot. But the Germans were doing that from trenches.
Well, back in the day, they had a bent barrel. Like,
Yeah, exactly. With the mirror and scope and shit for trench warfare.
Yep.
It's like, dude, that's not
Well, this
the
one had a
thing.
swivel on it, like so the
I
gun
remember which one
swiveled.
you're talking. Yeah, and
And I was like,
then
nah, bro, nah. I just remember one of the big gripes was guys were talking about having to shoot somebody so many fucking times, and they wouldn't die, or they would keep coming, and they wanted to go to a different round, or they want to go to a bigger. And we literally went and tested the 6.8 20 something years ago. Um, and the reason it didn't get implemented is like Army's like, fuck y'all, we just bought all these M4s. Like they just dumped a ton of money into that shit. They weren't gonna change it. And all they
75,
really had to do, in hindsight, if they had a problem with it, was go to a holotip, a hollow point, something like that. And they're like,
75
oh, that's
grain boat.
inhumane. And I'm like, well, dead's fucking dead. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, if you word it properly, they could have gone to a 75 grain boat tail. Not a boat tail hollow point. Boat tail hollow point is a boat
Well, so
tail,
I
but
know some of the upper guys, they gave us some mags, and they were using 77 grain depleted uranium fucking holotips. And what I'm going to tell you is everything they fucking hit tore off.
we got lucky enough to be passed out as QRF for those dudes every time, pretty much every time I deployed. Fucking my battalion would get
We
detached from the
all got
brigade.
fucking passed out because remember, division headquarters hauled ass on us.
Yep. Yep. But
I think it had to do with a few things that went down between there and Fallujah.
but yeah, probably. Well, I still don't understand how Fallujah became what it became.
So
When we
I
rolled,
this is what I know because I was in the first of '04, and like what had happened was this First Battalion 325 went to Fallujah and they occupied the school. They made the fucking school their fucking headquarters in the middle of fucking town.
and Second Battalion had a palace on one side of the river and a palace on the other side of the river in the middle of town.
I think I have pictures of that. I think I got pictures of the Kiowas flying over in formation of one of them. Anyway, the first 325 guys, from my understanding, and I remember this when it happened because I heard about it, and they were talking about that they fucking lit up a crowd. And the people there are trying to say, hey, they were celebrating a birthday. The guys at the school are saying,
Yeah,
hey, these motherfuckers are shooting at us.
yeah.
And human rights got involved
See, I didn't know
because
human rights got involved.
yeah, human rights that got involved. Come out there, did an investigation because at the time, you got John McCain fucking trying to run for president against fucking Bush. The fucking Hanoi songbird over there,
Yeah,
and and I want to bring that shit up because people want to talk about fucking Abu Ghraib and all that shit, and I'm like, dude, there was some fucking National Guard that got in some trouble over there with some pictures and shit, whatnot. And I was like, dude, if somebody got their ass whooped, I promise you they needed it or they had a one coming. They weren't innocent.
yeah,
But we weren't over there fucking hanging fucking jumper cables on their titties and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, yeah.
well, that's where so it got fucking political. So when they pulled first to 325 out, that's when we were like, they're like, hey, y'all are going to fucking Iraq. We're like, well, we just got home. They're like,
Yeah.
I promise you guys, this is it. Like, we just need you one more time. And all it was the fucking people didn't realize that the tribes run shit. Like,
Well, no, what I was getting at is okay. When 325 left Fallujah, we handed it over
Cab.
to, yep. We had like I said, Second Battalion, our battalion headquarters was a fucking palace on one side of the river, and then several of the companies were in a palace over here on the other side of the river. Fucking brigade was in a palace in the middle of fucking town. Dude, we had. What are you doing? Would you stop? Good God. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But we had, we pretty much had to fuck. I think we had one casualty in Fallujah.
Yeah, so like that's what same with us. Like we had one that hit an IED or something. I think it was Trevor Blumberg, fucking Bravo
I think a
company.
grenade hit. I think it was a Sergeant First Class. A grenade hit him or something like that, or he had caught shrapnel from brigade. But all I remember is blocking off one of the bridges because we were expecting them to come through with fucking Kazivac, and then they never fucking came through. They went another way. I was like, okay, but what we handed over, if you kept it and did patrols, you owned Fallujah. That's what kind of like all of us were up. I remember, dude, stop it. Go. He's mad because I'm not talking to him.
He'll get his turn.
But it was all
What happened with it is from what I remember was they raised so much hell about us occupying the city, and then they had that ordeal, and human rights showed up, and it was all that bullshit. And that's basically when Division fucking hooked ass and was like, "Hey, we're gonna pimp all of y'all out," fucking because a lot of people don't realize that Armor didn't go out at night, and that's like the only time that I fucking went anywhere was at night.
Well, that's the only time we went anywhere. That's the only time we
Yeah,
did patrols and shit.
that's it at night, dude. That's what I told everybody. I was like, "Man, I was fucking
We
out at
owned the
night,
fucking night.
creeping."
Yeah, we owned the night. That was the whole thing with the 82nd Airborne. We owned the night.
I remember. So we got to Falcon. I remember when we got over to Falcon finally. They're just like, "Y'all are gonna run the night. Y'all gonna fucking riot every night." And it's like, what about these motherfuckers with all these goddamn tanks and shit? They're like, "Oh, they gotta be in by dark and shit." I'm like, "What? They got fucking shows or something they watching or what?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, what are we driving?" And they're like, "You see that hoopty over there?" I'm like, "Which one? The one with no goddamn doors?" They're like, "Yeah, those are y'all's." And I'm just like, "Motherfucker got a goddamn Bradley over here, and they just handed me a fucking Generation 1 Hummer with no goddamn doors, troop
Yep.
carrier. They're talking about put your rucksacks on the side. That'll be your armor."
Dude, I remember that. Okay, the day we crossed the bridges, took the government center and all that shit. So we came back and we went back to the school after that. I don't fucking know why. But well, we had the other side of the city anyway. It wouldn't have fucking mattered. There were elements that we left, but my company, we went back to school. And as we're walking back down the road to go back across the bridge, I see one of the Delta Company guys' trucks, and there's a dude just standing in front of it. He looks so dejected. He's just so upset. Fucking RPG hit his rucksack that was hanging on the front of the fucking. So his ruck is just all his shit's gone. Truck's fine, everybody else is fine, but his shit's gone.
Dude, that's fucking terrible.
I was like, oh, dude, that fucking blows.
I've seen a motherfucker show back up with an RPG stuck through the side of it that didn't explode. And speaking of 325, there was a guy, I guess, that got shot in the face with one that fucking they didn't take the front cap off so it didn't explode.
Bounced off the road in front of him and then bounced off his plate and hit him in the face, right?
I don't know how it hit him in the face. I just remember hearing he got hit in the face with an RPG that didn't explode.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it bounced off the road, hit his plate, his face.
I bet that hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh, you it had to.
I mean, he had to lose teeth and shit on that, dude. That's rough.
I could have sworn that was an Osama law.
Yeah, it was.
That's what. Yeah, I thought. Fucking dude. That's
I'm
just
gonna
insane.
fucking give a. I'm gonna put a throwback up here for people that don't remember this spot right here because it was on the news when 9/11 went down, and I want to show it because it's just like looking back at it now, it's just like wow, fucking. That's I can't believe we were there. Um, fucking beautiful Tarnac Farms. So when 9/11 happened, they had them on the fucking news and shit. You know, they were showing the guys running on the monkey bars, and
That's that training area.
that's the training area.
Remember, I said we were over in RR with we were gonna be 75th Ranger Regiment's fucking infantry battalion that went with them.
Hmm.
I found this. This is the book they gave all of us before we rolled it. Like as we got into RR and we're getting ready to go.
Okay, so we didn't have one from the Rangers, but um we had a book as well,
Check
and
this out. It's got all of them in it.
that's pimp, dude.
I found this. I was like, dude, I gotta
You
show
don't
you.
have the deck of cards, do you? Ah, he's got all the shit, dude. My man, man. Oh, that's what's up.
But I still got my fucking battle roster cards with the glint tapes.
Well, I put mine on my helmet. My fucking or my glint tape went on my sleeve.
Dude, dude, I don't even know why we did them like this. Like, I remember doing them like this, but I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Why are we doing them?
Ours was just so the birds could see us. You know what I mean? Like,
What? That's the thing. We ended up sewing little pieces on our
mhm.
sleeves, and then fucking somebody got yelled at because they sewed a piece that was about an inch by an inch. And they were like, that's way too fucking big. You're blinding
No,
people.
that's what we had was an inch by like exactly what you just said, like an inch by an inch, pretty much.
They made us cut ours down so it was like, it was barely over a quarter of an inch by quarter of an inch on each sleeve. Because they're like, you're blinding people. Y'all got such big ones on your fucking arms.
Dude, I'll show you a pretty fucking badass photo, and this is inside that place you was talking about was haunted, and you can see the walls in the son of a bitch. But I mean, this was just such a great photo. I don't know who the hell took it, but it was one of our guys took it. It might have been the first sergeant. First sergeant had a thing about wanting to go down and shoot fucking mortars.
Dude. That's fucking.
Goddamn mortar pit, fucking, and you can see the old rock walls. So that was our walls.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, that's one of the baddest ones. I've got a photo of like the our first sergeant, and he's walking towards the goddamn thing, smiling bigger than shit too. Fucking, he's got a damn a mortar in his hand. Here's one of the fucking caches that we fucking snatched up real early on. Um, this is how they originally were making IEDs, man. You see these old fucking landmines and shit.
Yep.
That was the original IED that they were using, fucking back in the day. And this might be one of the first fucking IED explosions. Uh, period. Like this motherfucking took the front off that bitch. I got the video of it.
Dude, I still got my. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I took my
I got a
fucking.
video of it because see, there's a truck sitting back here, and another fucking truck comes fucking down the road, comes around him, and when he does, fucking another one goes off.
Secondaries. Holy
Well,
shit.
and like this is the perfect place because this right here's the river, and you've got fucking this was we had to run this was our we had to run this motherfucker all the time. It was like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like there's no way around it. This right here is one of our fucking heroes. Fucking he was from my company. That's Ladano. He got killed in Iraq. Fucking great guy. Fucking awesome dude. Uh, fucking yeah. A lot of these dudes in these some of these photos are all gone now. Like there's Franco, he's gone. Some of them weird shit, man. Like a lot. There's some guys that were once they left the unit or got PCS, they fucking they got killed in other units. Uh,
Yeah, I
that's a pretty good one. I like that one. We took it. It's like move, motherfucker. I dare you.
dude, fucking in Asamoah, I wanted to show you this because I found these. I didn't even realize I had them. The school that we took, well, one of the schools that we ended up taking. This was one of the things one of the kids had drawn.
What the hell is that? I
It's
see
someone with a
USA.
pirate. It says USA, and then it's a building cracking, and someone a pirate flag, I guess, and shooting.
He's got a pretty shitty fucking gun.
Yeah, I got no clue, but I was like, what the fuck?
That's a pretty. I'd probably frame that honestly.
And then that.
That's pretty cool.
I was like,
Let me see that again. So it looks like an eagle, and then like
it's Iraq's flags, or Iraq had an
okay,
eagle. It's one of their fucking symbols.
you oughta, man. You oughta throw that in a frame or something, man.
I
That's a
didn't
good
even
piece to
really,
have.
I didn't even realize I freaking had them. I was like, what? I, I've got some wild shit. Like,
No, I'm glad you're able to keep up with it all over all the years, and like,
what? Funny thing is, I didn't like about 10, 11 years ago. I put a bunch of shit in storage because I just fucking dipped, and it was with my parents, and they're the ones that had it, and I
my
just
mom
fucking.
found all my photographs that I had stored on 2 CDs, and she just found them recently, and I was fucking ecstatic, man.
That's fucking. I just found a hard drive that I put a bunch of shit in.
I know a guy, and he might have been an Alpha, first of 325, but he become when I got PCS. I picked him because I got to pick the guys when they come in for the sniper teams,
Yeah,
and I took all guys from the 82nd because I knew they all had experience. And
exactly.
this was like '05, '06, and I'm like, I'm taking experienced guys, fucking. Anyway, I talked to him not too long ago, and he told me he said he had like 4 or 5 hard drives full of photographs and stuff.
Damn. My buddy Justin, he's got a shit ton of photographs.
Man, we got to get that shit out, man. Like, cause I mean, I'm not saying like anything incriminating or whatever, but like just to be able to see, man, and like have it on the fucking net again, where when somebody searches it, it's alive, man.
I was gonna say I've talked to some guys from First Battalion.
It's
A
so
guy from
weird how guys are so hemmed up about all that shit.
Dude, man, everybody I'm talking to, there's a bunch of them. Wait, when you mention stolen valor, everybody immediately like is like, hold up, I don't want to. What are we doing? But
Yeah, I
when
know. And it's like everybody, and that's the thing is like I don't need that because
and that's
I've
where
got I've already that's done deal. Like it's proven.
that's what that's what I've told the dudes that have had a question because I'm like, hey, we want to document. Well, some of these dudes are actually watching the news now, and that whole story, that's fucking
Well, I
big
know a
right
lot
there.
of guys are happy about it's fucking actually being fucking brung out, and I'm just gonna tell them I'm gonna get Bray's ass. It's gonna happen.
One of the things I'm thinking with this Samoa thing, we set up a fucking website, put enough of it together that we can put a book together. But if we can document enough of it,
Yeah.
it's going to show that Bray was. Everybody that was there knows Bray's garbage.
And what's so sad about it, is I have him on text message. I have him on sworn statement saying, I gave him the award. I signed the award. I gave all my NCOs a Bronze Star. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, you can bullshit a bull. Don't bullshit a bullshitter, man. Well, now since Nancy Mace got involved, she contacted him,
Yeah,
and he said I didn't sign anything.
of course, because Bray didn't sign the fucking deployment awards.
No,
Fucking Fuller did.
and all the ones that I've seen were like, fucking what was that guy's name? It was like S1. Somebody from S1 signed it, and it was like a blanket award. It was like fucking, you
Oh, the
know,
blanket awards for EIBs, CIBs, shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah, those were. I got that somewhere.
I got Helms and fucking I got like an H or something, but I know who it is.
But fucking, well, End Tour awards, they were all signed by Fuller because Bray was gone.
Man, my fucking award was signed by goddamn First Armor Division.
Well, I'm talking about. Why would you? Well, you were 504 though, right?
Yeah, but we were fucking dogged out, man. Like we got fucking gave to fucking we got gave to the fucking oath to the First Armor Division, and they weren't around, so I just ran around them all, like by whatever fucking orders we had. Charlie Company would have be tasked out to fucking here, and these guys, we got a fucking couple guys from 10th Mountain, fucking we're over in the fucking power plants, and
So you've got one of those CIB awards that gives you like 10 patches,
so,
or
man, I wouldn't wear
combat.
one of that shit for nothing in the world.
Yeah,
Um, I wouldn't fucking. I think that's trash. I
I
don't give
think
a
it's
damn if you're a leg, whatever. Wear your shit and be proud of it.
exactly. I agree 100%. But I found my fucking orders for my combat patches.
Oh,
It
I've got
looked my
Rangers.
unit and every unit that we were with that you're authorized to patch for. I'm like authorized 9. I'm like I'm either wearing 82nd or 4ID. Period. And I only wear my
My
82nd.
one of my guys retired from group. Did like 20 something years in group, and they always gave him shit because he always wore 82nd combat patch.
That's where I cut my teeth.
And he said that's where I fucking got that bitch from. That's my first one,
That's where I
and
cut my teeth. That's where I always. That's why I always wore that one.
I always wore mine. And I can remember seeing these fucking pogues, and what I mean by that is like Coscom and shit like that. And I don't even know how they got them motherfuckers put on in country, but they already had them on, and I'm like, how the fuck you got a double A man with no wings?
I know how that happened.
And I'm like, bro, wear your shit. Put your fucking leaning shit house on and rock it. Like nobody
when
cares.
I was in Korea, my comms guy, my tech guy, he had an 82nd combat patch and no wings, and I'm looking at this buck sergeant like, what the fuck are you doing with my patch? Well, what had happened was he was a comms dude, couldn't get deployed, kept trying to get deployed. He finally got on a 6-month deployment to Afghanistan because he's a fucking comms dude, and this is directly from fucking whatever those dudes do weird shit. I don't fucking know, but 82nd First Arm saw him sitting in there waiting to see where he was gonna go, grabbed him and fucking took him with him, and he was with the 82nd the whole fucking time.
Bro, if I showed you my fucking comms guy, you'd think that motherfucker was stolen valor.
No shit,
That dude has got at least 10 rows.
dude. Those dudes get bitched out everywhere.
He been in for 40 motherfucking years.
What? That's another problem. Jesus
Like,
Christ, fuck that. That's too long.
and like, I was like, I remember there was an E6 battalion comms guy with a fucking mustard stain from Panama.
Holy shit.
And I was like, Foster, how the fuck are you still an E6? He's like, because I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm just like, all right, dog. He was such a bastard. I loved him. I thought he was hilarious. Um,
That time frame, they got lucky as shit too, because that 20-year cutoff got extended to 26 years for fucking E6.
I remember when they got where they got started getting funky about time frames. Remember, because like guys couldn't sham E4 anymore.
Yep.
It was like, hey, there's a cutoff on this shit.
Well, all the cutoffs went away again, and then they started coming back in, and people started freaking out.
Dude, I'll tell you, I'm gonna show you a creepy ass fucking photo of me, and I hated this fucking place so bad. I was so glad when fucking the Brown Hornets had burned this motherfucker to the ground. This is like we kind of went on the warpath. And I hated being up in that motherfucker all the time. Fucking, they would hide in them. They would hide shit out in them cemeteries,
Yeah.
and I'd always get stuck with the cemetery at night. And you can see my glint tape right there.
Yep.
But I would always get stuck at that fucking cemetery, man. It was so fucking creepy. You gotta understand, I only had a fucking 3-man team,
Yeah.
and finally they was like, burn it down.
Good. That's the best thing to do with it. Turn the place into a glass parking lot, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, dude, it's like we were laughing about the whole fucking the Afghanistan pullout deal. I'm like, I was like, dude, it wasn't nothing but an arms deal. I was like, because we didn't leave a truck that was broke down that we didn't set on fire. I was like, we'd have burned that. We'd have played during that place, and there's so much gravel. They'd have never needed gravel for the rest of their life.
Dude, had we been allowed to win, that shit would have been over.
So we could have took over the Middle East in like 2 months, like the whole
Exactly.
fucking Middle East.
Let us do our jobs. It's done.
They're like, guys, and it's so funny about that is because they said that when we got there, that the 82nd style was not very favorable as compared to what they were used to. I'm like, dude, we were just trying to fucking fuck everybody up.
When we were in Baghdad, we had the Mukhtars from the villages that the Dora neighborhood that we were saying.
I was in Dora too.
They'd come up and they'd be like, "Hey, we don't want you coming in our neighborhoods at night anymore. We don't want it. We'll bring the bad guys to you. Why? Because you show up at night, you shoot everybody, and then you leave."
Dude, so Dora was my sector. I had Dora, and then I would hit the river and go all the way down. Um, I had like a water treatment plant and moss and shit, and I'd have to dig. I got the photos. Fucking, I'll have to pull them out from
The chicken factory.
of Iraq. I got to just cover, because some of them are pretty gruesome. I know a lot of people don't want to see that shit. Me, I don't give a fuck. But
Yeah,
yeah,
our company compound
like
was out there.
like when it started getting bad, and we took some casualties one day, like half a team. Like, I mean, the gloves come off, completely off. And
Was
that's
that
when
December of 04?
it was
December 03?
03 all the way up until April of 04.
Let me see something here.
April, May, because I went back just like 2 weeks earlier than everybody because I had a broken arm, and I hit it. I hit it
That
out.
one?
Here we go.
I think that picture is the blast. Killed 2. No, that's not it. That's the one that killed our guy. But you guys, well, like I told you, you guys are in this book because y'all came in December of '03 and relieved us, and this is that. The beginning of the first half of this book is us leaving, and then y'all going into the Sunni Triangle.
Yeah, like they landed us at fucking the backside of Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You remember a fight in the artillery factory?
I hate to say I don't remember because, and the only reason I'm saying that is me and a guy was talking today, and he started telling me stuff, and it like sent a flash through my mind of like, how do you forget that?
Yeah, I have that happen all the fucking time, man.
You know what I mean? I was like, shit, how do you forget that big an ordeal? And I was like, I remember we blew up. Dude, it was such a fucking big explosion that we blew up in fucking Baghdad. It was a warehouse we wired up that was full of fucking bombs and all kinds of shit. And like most of the guys are like, man, I think I remember. I was like, dude, you could see that motherfucker for miles. Like, it was like a motherfucking explosion.
My buddy Donald, dude, I was so glad I got to talk to him because, like I was saying, we were on that rooftop that I was telling you about, and there was a dude he was between 650 and 750 meters, and he was in an angle, and he was holding a baby in front of him, and he'd get in the window and he'd shoot.
That's a pleb motherfucker.
Exactly, but he was shooting at fucking dudes from the window, and Donald and I had both been trying to fucking hit him. We got M4s, we're not hitting him. And
yeah, that's a long shot.
There was a machine gunner between us, and Donald felt bad because he had told the machine gunner he'd better fucking shoot. And I'm like, because he did shoot, and shit went away. Well, Donald this whole time has thought he's the only one, and I'm like, D, man, I turned to dude and said, if you don't fucking fire, I'm taking your gun from you, and I'm doing it myself. It wasn't just you telling the motherfucker to shoot, but the whole time dude, for years he's carried that guilt of, I was telling this motherfucker, I was like, both of us were telling that motherfucker he's gonna shoot, and I was about to take the gun from him. He was like, fuck.
I remember listening to one of the guys from 275 Rangers, and he was talking about, he's like, they got pinned down in a spot to the point that he was just like, fucking, he grabs a machine gun from a guy and is just like, give me that motherfucker. And dude, he just starts laying it down out there like a maniac. Like, fucking, he said, but it broke him loose.
Gotta do what
I got a picture I made that I want to show you, because I've laughed about it ever since you talked to me about it, and it's this right here.
Dude, I gotta link you up with Justin because they're the squad that got the donkey shot.
The fucking suicide mule, dog. Fucking.
They're the squad that got the donkey shot. I
laughed so fucking hard I had to go make the photo.
That's fucking awesome.
Now this is my best friend, fucking Brian. Now he's the most operator of all times, and I don't know how long he was on that goddamn roof, but he's got 430 round magazines fucking taped together. Looks like a 12 pack of Fanta, and he's went through 4 packs of cigarettes already. Okay.
Jesus. Dude, I smoked and dipped so much every fucking deployment.
Smoking in pines. That was a bad blast right there, man. Fucking, it rained shrapnel everywhere. We kind of fucking didn't plan for that one very good.
We made the mistake of giving Justin C4 and telling him to get us in a building, and he dropped the building.
Always laugh about these right there. Everybody's always like, why are they naked? And I'm like, well, gotta check them for shit.
That's right.
I mean, boy, I tell you what, you didn't want that motherfucker right there on your ass. Like, you were in bad shape. And we ended up burning this joint down too, man, because it was a giant palm grove that had a road down both sides, and it was just almost impossible to get through there without fucking IED blast.
Dude, something else I wanted to bring up. You know another reason the fucking records are gone?
What's that?
We found mustard gas in a Samoa.
So you said you told me that. Now I wanted to. I'm glad you brung that up. Was you talking about y'all got hit with 2 canisters of mustard gas?
We didn't get hit. We found a fucking weapons cache in a basement, and there was 2 rounds of mustard gas in there. Fucking
So there was a lot of
up.
chemical weapons there.
Dude, there was a ton of chemical. Well, have you seen the New York Times article where the Pentagon finally in 2014 had to, after that article come out, say, yes, we found thousands of mustard gas.
Tons.
We found thousands of munitions that were weaponized chemical weapons.
And a lot of them were leaking. Like
exactly, at least 14 soldiers are collecting disability now that were being denied disability because of it. At least.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I was thinking about some shit, and I was telling everybody because everybody is having the same ailments, and I was like, okay, number one, all of us don't have fucking PTSD. I was like, the reason we act like the way we do is because we were eating those goddamn malaria pills that were fucking giving people permanent brain damage. Like, if you go look them up now. Like,
yeah.
They had to cut them out, that Melphaquin, Larium, whatever the hell the shit's called.
Give you fucked up dreams, too.
Oh.
Fucking, I hated that shit.
Dude, fuck. It was awful.
Yeah.
I remember when everybody started noticing it, I was like, dude, is anybody else freaking the fuck out? Like,
and everybody was freaking out. This dude's been a week, man.
I would wake up. I remember one time I woke up and that call for prayer was going off, and I thought that they'd overrun us.
Oh, Jesus.
Goddamn, I come running out that bitch with grenades. Like, I kept taking everybody. Taking everybody. I wasn't going out like that, dude. Like, it was a weird deal. I was like, I don't want to take any more of those.
No, I stopped taking.
Literally had to start putting us in formation and watch us because I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy Brian, his fucking hair started falling out, like big chunks of it.
Yeah, we had no business taking that shit.
Well, then
we took it for 2
anthrax.
weeks.
You get your anthrax.
Yep.
Anthraxes, which I got some money for that. Years later, they needed somebody that had all the anthrax shots, and it was like paying fucking like $2,500 or some shit.
Yeah, that fucking if you're still up to date, they'll still pay you for it.
They were like, does anybody have all their I'm like,
I would have been me too.
Fucking. So we had that, and then I looked up, if you ever went to JRTC especially, you had to soak your clothes in fucking deep for like a goddamn 2 days.
Promethazine.
We had that. It was like milky white.
Promethazine. It's deep, but it was called promethazine.
It's highly toxic as fuck.
We had to put it on our DCUs before we went to fucking Iraq. We had to put it on our ACUs before we went to Iraq. We had to put it on our ACUs again before we went to Iraq.
I just remember we had to fucking soak our shit in it in them bags, and it's highly, highly toxic.
Yes, very.
So we wore that shit for fucking however long, and we didn't change clothes.
Yep.
So I was like, got that. I got anthrax. I got the goddamn malaria pill. I said, and then I remember leaving country and getting a brief. And I never forget that medical woman told me, she said, you cannot give blood.
Yeah, you can't give blood for.
You gotta sign this fucking form, you know. And I'm like, okay, I don't like needles anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why can't I sign blood? Why can't I get blood anyway? And she's like, you have so much depleted uranium in your system. And I'm like, Is that like the shit Wolverine has? Like, is that, you know?
Right.
I'm a kid. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I didn't expect to live that long. I was like 20. I was like 25. I'll be dead. Who cares?
But fucking. See, I remember being around depleted uranium because we had them around the fucking Bradleys and shit. We're like,
Well,
what?
any of them that were on fire, burned, and then all the bombs that were blown up. So a lot of the bombs that they dropped were DU.
Yeah.
All the fucking A10 rounds were DU. Those are all DU. We had 50 cal DU rounds.
Jesus Christ. I didn't realize that. I knew we had been around a bunch of that shit because a bunch of it got used, but I didn't even like you're right.
Yeah,
The
man.
A10s
So
would have had it. The Bradleys had it going in because they thought they were going into fucking tank fights because we were fighting regular forces.
I mean, all the tanks that we blew up, fucking all that shit that was burning, the Humvees, all that shit has DU, man. Like it was all fucking, and the way that they spin it to you, and they're not lying. They say depleted uranium cannot be soaked in through the skin, and it's not radioactive. And I was like, you're right. Now tell me what happens when it turns to a dust particle, and you inhale the motherfucker all day long. All right, and explain that part to me because I know what lead does when you fucking drink it. And it's not near as toxic as fucking depleted uranium.
I didn't even think of it. I didn't even. Yeah, you're right. Because we didn't have depleted 82nd fucking line dogs. We didn't have no fucking depleted uranium shit.
We had some boxes of 50 that we got from fucking some D boys, and he's like, dude, you can put these motherfuckers through a tank and they'll fucking go right through it.
That's fucking crazy. But yeah, we didn't. Hey, we just had standard fucking loads going into fucking war. But everybody around all the Bradleys, all the fucking everybody else would have had shit. I didn't even think about that.
And that's like, if you look, all the munitions that we're sending, I mean, like, there's even, and I'll argue with people and I'll show it to them. There's mortar rounds that we had, howitzer rounds that had DU in it. I mean, almost everything we had armor piercing capabilities.
Yeah. And there's a fucking dude that I talked to that the unit he was with, I'm going to see if I can get in touch with him. Those dudes found a shit ton of yellow cake. And granted, fucking, it's just, people make yellow cake out like it's no big fucking deal.
No. Yellow cake fucking is what they were buying. They were getting it out of Africa down there.
Yeah. But people make it out like it's, so what, they had a fucking bunch of, dude, why do they have yellow cake? What do they fucking need yellow cake for? Why would they have that much, so much of it that they could weaponize?
So I'm just reading it right here now, and this is me pulling it up, and it says, it's a shelf sharpening and ignition as the DU projectile strikes a target. It self sharpens, increasing its ability. It also ignites upon impact, producing radioactive uranium oxide dust. DU is both heavy metal and a weak radiological agent, posing risk when it enters the body through inhalation or ingestion of its dust. And the thing is once it fucking contaminates the ground or anything, it's there forever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's all, dude, we had it all over the fucking ground in Iraq. In fucking 93.
Oh, dude, Fallujah, they fucking just that place was so fucked up that they started asking people to quit having kids because of the birth defects. It was so bad.
God, yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so there's like a couple places, like around in Afghanistan near Jalalabad, and then you have Fallujah. That's like highly, that man, like that motherfucker damn near would glow at night. You know, and that's why people, they come up with that burn pit shit. I'm like, I don't remember no burn pit, man. Like, I don't fucking.
Oh, I remember the burn pits.
I don't like. But I was always fucking out somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I just don't remember that shit.
Well, when I was with the 82nd, we were kind of once I was with Fourth ID with a mech unit. Mech units always get put on regular posts or
Yes,
bigger
I never.
jobs.
Yeah, I lived in fobs all the time.
So I was in Merez Diamondback and up in Balad, not Anaconda, fucking Balad City. And yeah, fucking we burned everything, dude.
So there was like, 'cause we
Everything.
had one unit, one fucking platoon that always ran Balad and Biop, and that was their fucking thing. And everybody always talked about Rowett Irish, and I was like, man, probably been down that motherfucker 1,000 times. I was like, I'd
Ralph
rather fucking
Dover
go
was
down that son of
worse.
a bitch than Haifa Street.
Dover was worse than fucking Irish.
I
Dover,
didn't think fucking Irish was shit.
well, Dover was what connected Balad to Anaconda, the
Cause I
airbase.
remember fucking Simpy used to run that bitch every day, man. Like, he's
Oh yeah,
like, he's like going up Bop. I'm like, fucking, give me something. Give me a Coke or something. Fucking, find me something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, going to the
You
green
remember?
zone.
Dude, I've been in the Bradleys on fucking Tampa when they called for compass call, and it's like, bro, we y'all know you're doing this shit like a day beforehand. You couldn't let a motherfucker know. Like, great. Guess we're gonna get off the road or see if we get blown up.
I know a guy made a good song about it, a cab guy. And this is something, and this isn't talking down to anybody whatsoever. But if you don't bust their fucking heads, they recognize the patches and they know who they can and can't fuck with.
Exactly.
And dude, that's why I was like, man, you got to hold that bitch with an iron fucking fist, or they'll run all over you. You know, because when we left after we left Falcon, man, they fucked that place up. Like,
Oh, dude, when we left Missoula, 4ID, when I was with the 82nd, we all knew hard target. You present a hard target, they will not touch you. They'll be afraid of you. And that it sucks because you're QRF pretty much. Everybody else gets fucked with and you don't. But when I was with 4ID, I was lucky enough my whole career to just be with dudes that were like, you touch a hair on anyone's head, we're killing everybody.
right, yeah, like
And
fucking, we're gonna rain hell on this bitch.
but when I was in Missoula, third ACR had the fucking east side of the or west side of the city. We had we were just one brigade. We had fucking south southeast side of the city.
That was
Dude,
a good war for mech.
they fucked third ACR up
Really?
nonstop, and they were scared to death to fuck with us. I lost 5 dudes there, but they would fucking hit third ACR non goddamn stop every fucking day. They
Well, I
hit
want to
the
say, like, by that time, man, like, I told people, I was like, the IEDs really started getting advanced.
oh yeah,
Like, it
EFPs,
went from like
fucking
blowing up trucks and tires and shit to like blowing fucking tanks the fuck up.
oh yeah, the RKG 33 fucking grenades and shit.
Or
That
with like, they started coming out with those fucking EFPs and, the copper.
the EFPs were scary as fuck, dude. I know some guys that got hit by those things. That's
But
just
the
fucking.
thing was, is like, you got to be out there at night, dude, busting motherfucking heads because that's when they're walking and fucking roaming around.
Well, the crazy thing about Mosul in 2008 was Al Qaeda was saying that was their last stand. So they would come and fuck with you middle of the goddamn day if you were on patrol. You couldn't be in one place for more than 20 minutes or
I
they
never
were.
did that anyway. I was never static.
Well, and that's the thing, being fucking with mech units, I hated being with a mech unit
I
because,
couldn't imagine being with a mech unit and I'd see these guys just standing outside their truck in the city, just standing there. And I'm like, you're going to get shot.
yeah, we didn't do that shit. None of my guys did that shit. We had MRAPs, we had fucking Bradleys. The Bradleys stayed on the move. We stayed on security. And if you fucking so much, yeah, when we weren't allowed to be doing warning shots,
Yeah,
Fire
y'all were
warning
in that
shot.
Obama era and shit by then, though.
Yeah, I was firing up warning shots like crazy. I ain't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't. I was in the Bush era.
yeah,
Fucking.
I
He
got
said,
to see the
hey, I
transition.
miss me some George Bush, man, and I'm sorry because that dude used to be funnier than hell.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I saw all of Bush, all of Obama, and have Obama's signature on my retirement certificate.
I
Oh,
just
well,
remember fucking. I just remember George Bush. He said they can't even keep my name out their mouth every time they get on the internet. WWW.
that's right.
He said, "Now watch this goddamn golf shot."
Man, it was a trip.
He was a funny motherfucker, man. Well, shit, man. I think we're gonna call it a night. I was hoping you get some of your guys, man. We'll start fucking. We can do 3, 4, 5 guys on here at a time.
I'm
Um,
always, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna set up a fucking email that I've got dedicated to this because from what I'm getting, like almost everybody that I've talked to, you got 30 people that want to talk right now.
dude, tell them to come on and like what we'll do is we'll build the page kind of like you talked about. I think the
Yeah,
page would be a really good repository because I'll start getting guys to add shit from fucking Mercury and Fallujah, like what really fucking happened over there.
that would be fucking. You said Mercury. That's in here, dude.
Yeah,
All of
Camp
that's in
Mercury.
here. Fucking, you
And
got to
also,
get
what
the.
I'll put in there is the guy that fucking blew the whistle that talked to McCain, and he was in Times Magazine as one of the most influential people of the war from the 82nd, and then the FBI killed him about 2 years ago.
Well, huh?
Yeah, me and some guys were talking, and I was like, "Dude, do you remember fucking the whole fucking Abu Ghraib and all that bullshit?" And I was like, "He's like, yep." He's like, Ian Fishback was his name, and I was like, "That's right, dude," because they had to kick him out of fucking battalion when we got back. Like they were gonna kill him at the fucking 82nd, and he ends up retiring from fucking 10th group or some shit like that as a major. Was a professor at the University of Michigan. He went all over the world talking about ethics, like Oxford, all these high dollar places. And
Oh,
I fucking foia I read it. I looked him up to see what happened. And he had just died, and it said on the fucking paper, it said VA care fails another soldier. And I'm like reading it, and it makes it sound like he's fucking in fucking VA fucking foster care and shit. And I'm like, no, there's no fucking way, dude. Well, I found a FOIA from the FBI on him, and what I'll tell you is he was put in a fucking involuntary mental facility and went into cardiac arrest 3 days later.
sure he did. Yeah,
Um,
Jesus.
and it says in the fucking the FBI report that they had opened a case on him because supposedly he had threatened Nancy Pelosi, which he ain't threatening that bitch. And then secondly, at the very near the very end of it, because I read all the fucking interviews and shit, it said that him, a former president and general, had fucking words because he told him to leave him alone. And he said if they didn't leave him alone, he was gonna fucking put out some classified information. Well, we already know that motherfucker will tell. Um,
Yeah.
so that was pretty much the end of him, and the family couldn't even get the body. Because they didn't want him buried at Arlington. And they're like, that, and the fucking military's like, you don't have a choice in it.
Man, there's so much with Iraq that fucking with Afghanistan's better fucking documented than Iraq by far. And there's
Oh
still
yeah,
a
but
lot.
there's a lot of shit over there. I'm gonna tell you,
No,
there's
there's
a
a ton
there's a
missing there.
book a guy put out, and it's a great book because I got to be there, and I've donated a lot of pictures to it. You can look him up on Instagram. It's called what the hell is the name of his damn book? I mean, it's such a great fucking book. It's called The Hardest Place. Um, and his name's I want to say it's like Wesley Moore. What's his fucking name right here? Wesley Morgan. Anyway, and he gave me credit and stuff for some of the photographs because I read his book and I was like, dude, great book, but I predate your book. And he's like, how? And I started telling him, I said, because it was a black site, you know? And he was awesome, dude. And I read the book and went through it, and it was just all the shit you would never know about that went on in Kunar and up in the mountains.
There is going to be a ton of shit missing. It,
Well, that's how we
I
pull
think
it out, man. That's how
Afghanistan.
the guys from Vietnam are doing it at 80 years old right now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And when you look at it, fucking Afghanistan's going to have the same issues that Iraq had. You have fucking unproven dudes leading people that
Bro, 'cause
just.
they don't fucking go out there and they don't want to listen and they
Well, and
want
the
you to wear all
DEI
this
had already
shit.
DEI had already started. Bray is a
Ah,
classic fucking example.
I ain't doing no DEI.
No, yeah, you did. If you were in service after 1990, you dealt with DEI.
I know the guys that I had, I was very blessed with my command. I had a captain that was a fucking infantryman in the Marine Corps that went green to gold, come over. He was fucking bad. He was a fucking solid dude. He was just an enlisted guy as your captain. My fucking battalion commander was Charlie Flynn, Mike Flynn's brother.
Were there any gays in the S1?
No,
Do you have any gays in the brigade at all
no,
that
there
you
was that
know
shit
of?
was not allowed. There's don't ask, don't tell
It
policy.
would, I, it was don't ask, don't tell. But I know
Now
for a
I do know
fact.
that the 325 had that motherfucking uh that escapade in like '05 or some shit where all them dudes got arrested for being on gay porn sites.
You remember the dude from the '04 that got busted fucking being a tranny whore on fucking. That's on. Like, there's video of that on fucking
Where was
Bragg Boulevard.
where is this?
That happened in like '01. I got to Bragg in '02.
Yeah, I got to brag in '02. Like, what
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck, man?
The, okay, so when I got to the fleet, when I got to the Fleet Marine Force from School of Infantry and all that shit in '92, Clinton had just gotten elected going into '93, and he's saying gays are going to be able to serve openly. The very first dude in the military that thought he was going to be able to serve openly was a staff sergeant in JAG at Fayetteville, at fucking Jacksonville, North Carolina, Camp Lejeune, that fucking came out, and then he was fighting to try and stay in. And from that day forward, we were dealing with DEI. The don't ask, don't tell bullshit, dude.
I just don't ever remember like having no gay incidences or any of that shit.
Now,
Um,
incidences of like, I'm not talking about that, but if you think about the mindset of somebody, you don't ask, don't tell. Okay, I can't tell. I gotta appear normal. But what's the mindset behind that motherfucker?
I never had anybody that was even suspect in maybe in the company. Like I had like I said, I had a really blessed group, and then I had my command sergeant major who was fucking jacked, dude, and fucking he was in Panama with the 82nd, as a scout.
Right.
Fucking, he was fucking jacked, bro. And every fucking first sergeant in that whole goddamn battalion was fucking juiced. Like,
What were the majors and lieutenant colonels like?
so my lieutenant colonel was Flynn, and he was a fucking stud. He just retired as 4-star over the Pacific Forces.
Right.
He was Mike Flynn's younger brother.
Did
And the command the colonel, the brigade colonel was Campbell, and he had just left SF. Um,
What about the majors? Like the majors that would have been running
so
around.
the major that we had, the XO for the battalion, was Bray's fucking brother-in-law. His name was Burke. Major
Brea's
Burke.
brother-in-law, huh?
Burke was, I mean, I never had no issues with him, but you never really saw him.
Well, I'll
And
give
the
you an
company,
example. I'll give you an example
the
of it.
company was stout. The company was stout.
I'll give you an example of a DEI hire in the 82nd, in my opinion. Bray.
Yeah.
It was there. Whether we saw it or not, it was fucking there. Now, it wasn't down in the combat arms units like down on the line where we were at. But if you look in the Pogue world, it was slowly
it was bad in the Pogue world.
It was coming in and it was infiltrating. And you look now, you've got fucking. Man,
when I saw that they had a female captain in charge of a fucking line company, that
there's no female
First
qualified
Brigade
infantry.
Huh?
I don't care what anybody says. There's not a single qualified infantry female out there. Not one.
Well, I couldn't understand. I said, well, explain to me how this female captain is going to run a company, a line company, and she's never been in a line. She's never been on a patrol. She's never even been served as a PL in a fucking line. Like, how does that work?
How does a Ranger Bat have a fucking S3 female Ranger qualified running their shit, running their S3? How the fuck is that?
She got her ass the fuck on.
Is she gone now?
Oh yeah, dude, she's fucking on fucking TikTok every day, talking about fucking how badass she is and da 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 da.
She ain't Ranger qualified. You and I both know that. She's not even fucking infantry.
So I just remember the early Ranger guys when I got there, and like, you know, I wanted to be a Ranger and shit. Everybody did if you were there. And fucking it was hard. Like it was very bestowed upon if you saw Ranger tabs. Like, but all, you know, you seen them everywhere at Bragg. It was common.
Exactly.
But the school was hard as a motherfucker. Like pre-Ranger down there was a hard bitch.
How many women you know could ever pass that?
They couldn't. There's no fucking way. Like it was unbearable.
Exactly.
I knew guys that would leave, go to Ranger school and come back and they've lost 40 pounds and shit. Like they like fucking Holocaust victims.
Yep. There is not a single qualified infantry female out there. I don't care what anybody says.
I remember when the first group went through and like they sent them down there like 2 months ahead of time. And they had a Ranger cadre attached to them to teach them everything, and then they were allowed to walk the lanes. They lowered the fucking the ruck standards, and what had happened was guys were out there, you know, grading them basically like they always grade everybody else, and they started seeing so many of them drop quick, and some brass come down there and said, "You will graduate some of these fucking females."
Exactly. It's exactly what happened.
They were allowed to go to the rear every, I think, 3 days to shower and shit like that. And I'm like, that's the part that sucks, man, when you're out there in the summertime and you're goddamn ate up with fucking bug bites. You know, fucking you smell like an asshole. You gotta go lay down in the mud.
And that's the Pogue standard for fucking field training, 3 days.
That's why I had a big issue when they come out with that cab award.
Yeah, you and me both.
Because I remember when that shit come out, and I was like, you know, bro, that was our one fucking thing.
I had one sewn in the crotch of my fucking uniform when it came out. So when I sat down, you could see I had a cab in the crotch of my uniform.
I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not saying that they didn't fucking, some guys, you know, engineers and shit weren't out there and whatnot, but that was our one thing that we got.
It's a fucking they were making shit participation awards. They were trying to make everybody gets a prize. Motherfucker, what? Everybody gets a prize.
Like this was our time to shine. Like that was our thing. That's what I told everybody. I was like, bro, that was our one, because we don't make more money. We don't do anything else. I was like, we could be sitting in a fucking office somewhere, but we chose this. And at the end of the day, we got to wear that motherfucker on our chest and let everybody know. Well, then they started giving them fucking everybody for whatever, you know? And it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I remember. when the first fucking cabs
It was
started
so
hitting,
gay looking too fucking.
right? When they started hitting clothing and sales, I was on a fucking rotation with Fourth ID out at fucking NTC in the box.
I avoided NTC my whole time.
I was stationed at NTC for my first
Oh, okay. You fucking yeah, that's a
uh,
nice place. Beautiful.
dude. NTC is the best kept secret of the army, man. I was in Vegas and LA so much it was criminal, straight
I'm
criminal.
just glad I got to avoid it. I had to do one JRTC rotation.
I did OC augmentee rotation JRTC, and I did 2 Blue 4 rotations at NTC.
We did a
Being
purple
on foot,
dragon though. We did a purple dragon. Um, went to fucking Huntsville and kicked the shit out of the Rangers so bad that they made us fucking restart it, like restart the whole thing.
did you hear about what happened with us when the Rangers came up to train with us before we invaded Iraq?
Mm-mm.
We were supposed to jump in, and some guys were air landing, and we were going to simulate moving on to a fucking objective, and we had the Ranger fucking dudes up there with us, and they got lost. So we took
Well,
down the objective.
I just remember. So I tell this to folks, I was like, the Rangers, like, started when they started moving them over to special ops. I was like, because used to, dude, they were shaving and fucking high and tighten. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
now that they're a special ops hammer, they're not what they used to be. They're
No, they're
still
not.
badass,
Used
but
to, I mean, they were still fucking rough motherfuckers, but they weren't as advanced as they are now. Like,
yeah,
they're way fucking more advanced back in the day. Because we would go do fucking field ops with them and shit, like force on force,
yeah,
and we would fucking rip their ass.
yeah. They did. Well, one of the things I don't know if you recall, but one of the things back in the early 2000s that the Rangers didn't like about the 82nd is we had the same fucking mission.
And we had the same goddamn gear. Like,
Yeah,
people,
jump
um,
on and seize airfield. We both got the same mission, bud. You're not special.
and it's like I remember about '04 ish. You know, they started growing their hair and
Yeah,
with the beards and shit like that. Then they started fucking moving over to because they were basically QRF all the fucking time
oh
for
yeah,
spec
and they were
ops.
still doing 3 months out, 3 months back shit constantly.
The 3 month, yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you what. There's a documentary out right now that's only been out for a couple months, and it's called Ranger, and it's about the guys from 275, and they were in Kunar with us, and they talk about a mission called Winter Strike, and we
Yeah.
were with them. My company was the only ones there,
Holy
about 20 of us, and dude, they worked those dudes fucking asses off, dude. They went, they set up Bagram, so they fucking set up Bagram, fucking come back, and they went to Kunar, Winter Strike, Mosul, fucking Red Wings. I mean, it was just fucking.
The up tempo was just insane for
That's what I
all
tell
of
people. I was like, that's why they wanted to get rid of all of us. I was like, because there was no garrison fucking guys. I was like, it's a bunch of goddamn
bunch of
hard
heathens.
nosed ass motherfucking dudes like that were good at war. I was like, we could war, but I mean, you don't want us to do nothing else.
Exactly. We're not good at much else. but
We could war.
yeah, fucking dude, I got a whole. You remember around 2009, 2010, everything Afghanistan, everything started switching to primary concentration on special operations, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, they fucked up a lot of shit with the Green Berets and stuff because they're not their original mission is to build an indigenous force
Yeah, but
and not be a direct action fucking squad. You know?
exactly. But the reason they switched to special operations. Now think about it. If you're the government, you know you've got the VA that you're going to have to pay these veterans who on conventional forces, you are now getting PTSD claims that are going to cost you billions and billions if you're actually taking care of the troops, the conventional forces that you're having the problems with. So if you don't want to have the conventional forces coming in saying, hey, we're fucked up in the head, everybody knows combat arms. If you're special ops and you say you're fucked up, you're out. So
That's
you'll
true.
hide it.
Yeah.
And what happens if you hide it? Conventional guy looks at a fucking SF dude. Well, I didn't do shit compared to him, so I can't be fucked up. He's not fucked up.
I didn't know anybody that was really fucked up um, over things. Like, I think the only thing that I seen people had a problem with was they didn't have an identity when they got out.
Dude, I was
Like,
PTSD ravaged me for
I didn't. I was always
a
angry.
long.
I was a
Well,
mean
yeah,
bastard.
anger was the go-to emotion for it,
Yes,
but
I was an angry bastard. I was never sad. You didn't want to see me sad. Um,
the fucking nightmares, the fucking just
so I used to have I had the nightmares. I don't remember them so bad, but my dad was like, he was like, dude, you'll be standing up in there in a bed fucking screaming at the fucking moon, man. He's like, you goddamn got to move out or something. He's like, you're fucking nuts.
fucking get up middle of the night, clear your house for no reason.
Oh, dude, I mean, or I used to be bad about getting stuck between a dream and awake, and they would interlace. So I had three bad instances of it, and I remember the first one I had. Um, I met a girl from Hurricane Katrina. You know, like they all got displaced, whatever.
Yeah.
And when I got out, we moved to Louisiana, back where she was from. But our TV, we both like our room blacked out, and our TV on it had us a red power button on it. And I woke up and it's dead black, and all I see is that red power button. And I'm like, I thought
I
I fell
know.
asleep on my fucking shift out there in the, out fucking on a mission, and they done got to drop on us. And I'm like, and I remember myself doing it. I'm like, hey, I was like, she's like, what? I'm like, give me the radio. She's like,
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
she's like, I don't have the radio. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you ain't got the radio? She's like, I don't know. And I was like, all right, you see the two on the left? All right, you get that one. And I was like, the three on the right. All right, you ready? Move. And fucking, she's like, wake the fuck up! Wake up! Fucking.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Flashbacks. You ever have those?
A smell usually. Like a smell, or it pissed me off. Really make me mad.
I used to have
I
flashbacks
can't
so
smell
bad.
curry, dude.
I used to have flashbacks so bad I'd hear the fucking radio calls from that day.
Really?
Fucking straight up driving
Dude,
down
all
the
I
highway.
remember is funny shit. Like now, like it's all I remember.
But now, dude, going through everything I've been through with the psychedelics and everything that I've done with helping like as many people as I fucking can, I don't. I'm a hell of a lot better. Don't have the issues the way I used to, but man, I was fucking like an LSD trip is how I stopped being suicidal.
I did a lot of dangerous shit after I got out. Um, I don't know. I just like all I remember is funny stuff now. I mean, there's a couple really bad moments that I can fucking smell the air.
Yeah,
Like I can remember the whole fucking the air, um, how I felt and shit. Like I mean, I can pull those out if I want to, but there's no need.
the way I've looked at everything's gone back to more of the good memories of
Yeah,
my
dude, that's all I
deployment
remember,
now,
man. And we laugh,
and
dude. We laugh so fucking much about shit.
that's dude, that's a sign that there's been healing that's taking place and you're doing well because fucking like my buddy Justin, I
I
deployed
don't like to
twice
see
with him.
guys dwell in it, and I'll get on their ass, and I'll be like, "Stop fucking dwelling in that shit and turn that sad ass music off." Fucking,
Justin sees he sees figures coming after
I've
him,
seen people
like broad in the mid
vividly,
daylight
vividly can see them.
coming after you.
No, like they're my friends. They'll smile at me, and they'll
No,
fucking.
these people, these are black dudes dressed up like Fedaheen coming after him,
Oh shit.
and he's been seeing that for about a year. Psilocybin's helped him a ton with that. I've helped him. get through some of that. But man, he's fucked
He needs to get
up.
around with guys, man, that are fucking to get the laugh and all. You got to think about the funny shit in the bad times. Like it's
Getting him
like,
through the anger was what we
yeah,
had
the
to do
anger part
first.
is about the only emotion you experience. Because I remember seeing my first kid, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with it? I mean, like I don't want it. Fucking like, I mean, I just had no emotion. Like I was a very empty person. I
Yeah,
didn't, I never could love anything. I didn't fucking, like, I was just very, and I tell you when it started bothering me is because I was like that for so long. But then I would see all these people get excited about wanting to go to a concert. Like they're genuinely fucking excited, man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like,
Dude, I know
how do I
exactly
get
what you're
that? How
talking
do I
about.
feel like that? And the one thing I always bring back to my mind is I would give anything in the world to have a Christmas morning as a kid again. Like the excitement of laying in bed and fucking like wanting to go in there and see the tree and fucking if there's shit there or not. How exciting that was. To me, I need a motherfucking spaceship to land in my goddamn yard. And not just like a regular one. Like that bitch has got to have laser beams and shit on it to get me to get up and go look. Because
Yeah,
I mean, just nothing. There's nothing exciting left.
I got to the point I was so fucked up that what helped me was thinking about like, dude, if I'd have been killed, how would I want them to be remembering me? And I was like, when I don't want to go on, I'm gonna go on for them.
Dog,
I'm
that's
going
all I
for them.
ever
I'm gonna
remember
live
is
for
like
them.
guys were like looking for that fucking great moment to die, and
Yeah,
I'm like, what
fuck
the
that.
fuck? Like looking back now, and it's like, I just told somebody not too long ago. I was like, dude, look, I made it this goddamn far. I'm trying to ride this bitch out now.
Yeah, I went down my old age in my sleep, maybe getting some pussy, something like that.
Yeah, dog. Like I'm trying to ride this motherfucking train on out, dog. Like I done made it too far.
That's right. I'm like, I didn't think I was make it this far, so
Nope. No,
no,
we
we're
was like
going.
25 or something, like waiting for that dare to be great moment, you know?
Right? Yeah. Did you have any of those dudes that were metal chasing?
Or what?
Chasing metals?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
But
would. I,
like,
I'd slam those
I was smart. Unless you got me really pissed. And then, like, I would do dumb shit. And what I mean by that, like, I walk down the street, fucking,
Yeah.
like, like in an ambush, like, they're like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Shoot
Walk
at
down the
me,
street
you
like,
motherfucker. I'm like, fucking walking down the middle. Sergeant Jones like, get your motherfucking ass back over here.
yeah, yeah. That.
I
You get
remember one of the
pissed and it's
platoon
like,
sergeants in Bravo Company. He was so sick of these motherfuckers shooting at him behind the barn. He got a cigarette lit with an ash this long. He's standing up, fucking pointing over here. Get your goddamn ass over there. I mean, nothing could hit him. Nothing could kill him.
one of the first things I pretty much would ever do is light a cigarette. I
I mean,
always
he
had a
had that
cigarette
bitch
in my mouth.
ash hanging that long off the side of it. Fucking, he's fucking standing up. Everybody's behind shit. Fucking Dirk's kicking up. He's talking shit. He's like, get the fuck up. Fucking,
Just fucking kill him. Yeah,
it was funny.
dude. Yeah, it's amazing thinking about some of that shit now. But I was still the only metal chasers I was ever around. Dude, those dudes.
I won't say metal chasers, man. I seen some guys do shit that they should have been awarded, but it wasn't like they were like thinking it in their mind.
No, I'm straight up talking dudes. We had an LT and one of my platoons and fucking
Uh,
that motherfucker got relieved because he was doing shit trying to get into shit. It's like, bro,
Well, LTs are gonna fucking they're gonna run you to death because they want that fucking OER. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna volunteer you for fucking everything under the sun.
the thing I didn't understand is like
Except I had that platoon sergeant that looked like Debo.
I was
That
ready. I came up in the military as on the enlisted side. You know how far you can push your rank, and
hmm
you push it that far for your men.
always.
So if the lieutenant says something stupid, hey dumbass, sit the fuck
Shut
down, shut
up.
the fuck up.
Well, dude, I had a badass fucking platoon. He was actually my fucking squad leader first, then become my platoon sergeant later, and he did every mission he ever went. He always went with me. And fucking, I'm gonna tell you what, when he got him an LT, because we always get him from fucking West Point, always.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy, he'd tell him he'd send everybody out. He'd lead the NCOs in the fucking office. He'd tell the LT, "Come on in there and sit down. Shut that door behind you." He'd be like, "Let me tell you who runs this motherfucker."
Them squad leaders and that platoon sergeant.
And he'd tell you, he'd be like, "I run this motherfucker." He said, "We'll respect you. You do that goddamn paperwork, you'll learn something." Uh, hey, that motherfucker there walked the line, bro. Like you didn't want to fuck with the Brown Hornet though.
Our
Like,
CO straight up pulled our new lieutenant in and fucking with the squad leaders and platoon sergeant was like, you need to get something straight. They run the fucking platoon. You're here to learn your job.
dog, I seen Captain Gonzo out there with all the lieutenants holding water fucking cans over their heads. Like that
Hell,
motherfucker, cause you gotta understand he's an enlisted Marine. He's
hell yeah.
smoking the dog shit out of these fucking dudes.
Hell yes. I remember having to do that in Marine Corps boot camp, Paris Island.
He
Drink.
was something else, man. But you know what? Every one of them I known like him, about Lieutenant Colonel is about as far as they make it because they are not liked at the upper echelons.
You get well, heck Seth. Heck said nobody would have fucking picked that dude is not a fucking general.
Well, not only that, he's not really running the show either. And I'm going to be straight with you. I'll tell you who's running it. It's his deputy fucking Secretary of Defense. If you look and see who he is, you'll see why he's running it. Also, that fucking guy that just retired, that was the commander of CENTCOM, was a real bad motherfucker. Carilla,
Yeah.
that dude was the business, bruh. Like
Putting
he was a
some
real general, and when I mean a real general, I remember him in the streets of Mosul as a lieutenant colonel, fucking smoking motherfuckers.
he's the one that had the sergeant major that got in a hand to hand, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
after he got shot 3 times.
Yep. Yep. I the pictures of that fucking
Yep, Michael
dude.
Yon that was the journalist.
Yeah. That dude was beast.
I watched Yon on fucking. He did a really good episode on Sean Ryan talking about Panama and the Chinese and all that shit because he took the whole trip through the Darien Gap and everything.
Fuck that.
Um,
I'm not going
it was
through that shit.
it was pretty wild ordeal.
I
But
think I know what
Carilla,
show you're talking about though, because the
Sean Ryan show.
yeah, talking about all the drug movements and all the Chinese people coming up through the Darien Gap to fucking come through Mexico through our southern
Well,
border.
yeah, well, because like what Yon was talking about, he was taking the trip from China all the way across to see how long it was taking because they were trying to flood areas with Chinese so they could start voting. You
Yep.
know, like San Francisco, in 4 years, they completely flipped the demographic. And they actually elected their first undocumented immigrant as part of the head of the election committee in San Francisco. You
Yeah.
know, and that was the whole plan, you know.
Well, it's the
And they started
Colorado.
building infrastructure. China, that's why so much infrastructure in South America has been built by them. They were trying to bump the. He said it took 10 days for him to get from China to New York. Through the, he said, but by the time that they got done, that's why we took the. I've always known about the Panama Canal and what was going on down there, and I know about Gaza and the Ben Gurion Canal. We're fixing to fucking cut across that bitch, so we ain't got to fuck with the goddamn Suez no more. Like it's all about trade routes and shit.
Yeah, it always is.
Anyway, fucking, he said that they had built so much infrastructure down there that they had sped it up to a 3-day trip. And then you go and look how many NGOs. We just did a podcast on this because my friend Morgan Lorette, he was Air Force fucking intel, and then he worked at Blackwater and some other shit. But he had been watching these NGOs down on the border and looking at these contracts, and they were literally NGOs being paid to bring fucking immigrants across, mostly kids, children, and they were to drop them off at such and such place, and that was where they were going to be taken care of, and it was like hundreds of thousands of them. You know, trafficking is all it was, but There's a contract out right now for fucking child transport.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's wild out there, man. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I wish I could unsee and didn't know the shit I know.
Well, Colorado here. What's going on
Well,
here?
that's the drug pipeline now, bro. It runs up through the Rockies, and then it cuts across over to Idaho, up there, and
What
it goes into fucking Canada. So
the pro?
where would you rather come across? 5,000 miles of wooded, unfucking guarded fucking border, or would you try to come across Mexico?
I'm coming across the woods.
So, two firemen were shot in fucking Idaho not too long ago.
Yep.
Okay. You know what area that is? That's Ruby Ridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that area, all the way around it, I told everybody, I said it's all national forest and reservations. I was like, all your big fucking drug grows and stuff, especially in California, cartels and everything, are all in national forests.
Oh, that's been going on for decades. That's always been the
I
way
said,
it
what
was.
happened with that deal up there? I said, I promise you, is they were fucking got caught up and they were out there because they do a lot. It's a lot more of meth based and stuff that's coming down that way, down
Yeah.
that pipeline. They got their asses near a fucking lab or something out there is what they did,
Most likely.
or they
Yeah.
were involved or something of that sort. I mean, that boy. That's what I said. That damn boy been dead. They're talking about, they tracked him by his cell phone. I'm like, how? Because the motherfucker was already dead laying there. That's why they're saying all his weapon was laying far away from him, but we tracked his cell phone, da 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 da. And it just went away. But go look at the sheriff in that podunk ass town and go see the training that sheriff has. He's been trained by Mossad, Shin Bet, all kinds of fucking shit. He comes from fucking Los Angeles. He's using fucking contractors. And you're like, why in the fuck are they doing this in Idaho?
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, I'll show you real quick. I'll pull it up, dude, because everybody thinks I'm crazy all the time. And I'm like, no, y'all don't look into things the way I do. I
No,
was
dude,
like, the
because
information's out there.
the drug pipeline, okay, that's not the main thing through Colorado. It's fucking human trafficking.
Yeah, trafficking.
It's
I mean,
human.
you've seen what happened in Colorado Springs, not too long ago with the fucking soldiers, too.
Yeah,
What,
the ones that got
17 of them
busted.
got arrested?
Yeah, that were fucking doing security for the illegal nightclub that busted all the fucking illegals in the
And if you go
prostitutes.
look up the LLC, the business registry of who owns those fucking security companies and shit, it's all fucking owned by fucking illegals and all kinds of shit. Their girlfriends are making it up.
Oh, dude, Colorado sucks to live in. Fucking if
It
you
used to be a
go,
really cool place, man. My mom lived in Salida. And
Salida's still really fucking nice. Down here in Trinidad is still nice because it's fucking. If you're away, once you hit the Springs, once you hit Pueblo, really, on 25 all the way up past Fort Collins, it's just, dude, it's nasty. Fucking
check this shit
Denver.
out. I'm going to show this to you real quick because everybody fucking talks shit. They don't believe me. They're like, oh, you're a conspiracy. That's right on conspiracy. If I can't fucking prove it, I don't say it. Let's see here.
Well, you seen the
This the sheriff at old Podunk. Okay. He, let's get down here where he come from. He was a lieutenant in L.A. County Sheriff. All right. Fuck. Oh, wait a minute. I lost my page. Hang on. This is my favorite part right here. Training. Following September 11th. Norris was selected as a team at the newly established Joint Regional Intelligence Center to assist the United States during the War on Terror. They come and picked up a sheriff's department lieutenant to do this. He held a security clearance for secret, sensitive, compartmentalized information, and was responsible for managing personnel and resources all the way up to the federal level with the FBI, CIA, and the U.S. Attorney's Office. While established, Norris was selected to train in Israel with Mossad and Shin Bet. And upon his return, was promoted to lieutenant at the LASD by former Los Angeles sheriff and convicted felon Lee Baca. And then he decided to go move to northern fucking Idaho.
Mm-hmm. Right on a border or right up in an area.
I've never met a fucking cop that was selected to go fucking train with the Mossad.
No. No. Definitely not. There's way more there.
Oh yeah. I just don't. I can't look at everything. That's why I don't look at the Kirk shit. I won't even turn it on. I
I
don't want to
can't.
look at it. I don't want to look at it.
I can't do that. I'm so disgusted with fucking Colorado and the politics and what they're doing to kids here.
Dude. And what's so fucked up is y'all got a Democrat there that was in First 325 Bravo Company,
Mm-hmm.
Sam Law, Jason Crow,
Yep.
and I've confronted him a million times, and I've got one fucking video where him and goddamn Mills get in an argument.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty fucking funny because Corey always tells on himself. He's almost like a serial killer. Like, I want to see how far I can go with it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you can see Jason Crow's like, wait a minute, stop. You know what I mean? And he's like, you're talking about a whole nother fucking instance, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? But he won't respond to anybody about any of the things at the 325.
Well, he already knows you, right?
He was the fucking lieutenant with one of the platoons that was shooting.
Yeah, but he already knows who you are, though, right?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'll see if I can keep him from knowing who I am, so I can talk to him about us all.
Yeah, if you can get him to talk about it, good luck. Because boy, that's like the connection that both of them have, and they won't fucking speak about it.
Well, I go hard at Corey on fucking on X. Like, I'll catch him as he's posting something.
Dude,
And
he
fucking
a
be
lot
like-
of times, because you know he has about 12 fake accounts. I
I
found
didn't know
most
that.
of them. And what he does is he'll take the name of like a newspaper or something and change it just a little bit, like add a letter.
Yeah.
So like if it's like the Floridian Press, his will have like an extra I in it or maybe a period. So it's not identical. And then he'll fucking put the photos and shit up there to make it look like it's the same. He's pretty good at manipulation. All his campaign funds and stuff that he spends, I figured them out pretty quick. And he does a good job. He'll name the LLCs like Campaign Mail,
Yeah.
Elite Card Services. So it makes it look like he's spending money paying on a credit card bill or mailing out campaign shit. No, that just goes to fucking one off from him usually. It's like usually like one of his friends that he's closely associated with or something. That's how he siphons the money out of the account. Everything you see on elections that has a name, every one of them is an LLC. Every fucking one of them is in the business registry.
His whole thing. There's got to be. There's so much more to him, and it goes.
I know all of it, dog. I gotta let it flow out because I can't. If you try to give the public too much, they can't handle it. So the reason I even brought up the Valor shit, one is because the guys that did those acts are
They
dead.
deserve recognition.
Yeah, they're dead. Like Jesse Walker's dead,
Yeah.
and that's fucked. Okay, that's fucked. The second thing is I started noticing that they had used Fox had propaganded him so much that they went to Wikipedia and they had made him a tier 1 operator. So many people think Wikipedia is the gospel.
No, Wikipedia is a fucking joke. I can go.
I understand that, but that's your logical thinking person. So most people fucking see Wikipedia and they think of encyclopedia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, they don't check the sources. So if you get Fox News saying something fucking every goddamn week, and then other news agencies pick it up, then it becomes reality. And they had done made this motherfucker a sniper, all kinds of shit. You know, he said he was in JSOC. He was a commander of Task Force 20.
Have you talked to Cody's team leader
Cody?
or Corey's team leader?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got another one. I'm talking.
I talked to the fucking PA. You want to see a dude go off?
I got some more guys that are gonna come
He
and work
need
with
like
you.
I love him, man, because he's fucking so passionate about it. But I talked to his first sergeant at the time. His name was Farrand. He's actually named in the award.
Yeah,
He wrote me a state.
thought
He wrote me a state. Farrand's like, this motherfucker's crazy. He's like,
that would have been an Impact Valor Award, dude.
dude, I did a podcast on him on Green Beret Chronicles, and all the guys started fucking commenting, dude. It was like a flood of fucking 325 fucking HHC guys.
And then
And
YouTube took
his
it
fucking,
down.
they pulled that shit down within a day.
I saw that.
I was pissed.
I've tried to pull that one up.
I've got it on the page.
Yeah, nah, it's on the website,
No, it's on the Corey Mills webpage.
the CoreyMillsWatch.com.
Mm-hmm.
When you click on it, oh, you've got it embedded in it, not the YouTube.
Yeah, you can go there and watch it. Yeah.
The YouTube link is dead.
Yeah, they killed it. They killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, fucking.
Another, the guys at the Anti-Hero just read an article, a 5-minute article out of the Blaze, and it was gone within 6 hours.
That figures.
What happened to fucking freedom of speech, you know?
Well, he won't engage with me, but he won't talk to me, and I've been fucking.
I know a couple guys that have been fucking served cease and desist.
He don't want to bring that to me.
No, boy, don't bring that motherfucker over here.
He don't want to bring that to me.
And who he sent it to was like the wrong person to send it to. He sent it to the motherfucker that knows the world. And dude was drinking, and he started posting shit about him and fucking Blumenthal and all. I mean, he started talking about Libya. Dog, it got deep.
Oh,
he was involved in all that.
dude, looking at all the shit that has gone on, it really does make you wonder, like, who's he working for? Is he a fucking CIA ass?
He's got to be working. Well, I'll tell you some stuff. I'm gonna save a little bit for right now, but I'll tell you offline a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like, man, fucking, you're working for somebody to be.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fixing. Hey, bro, I'm 2.5, man. We'll call it a night tonight.
Yeah.
If you get some of the guys together, man, we'll fucking have a powwow.
I will. I'll work on getting some. I'm gonna work on getting a schedule down so we can try and fucking schedule.
Just tell me the schedule what works for y'all, and I'm there.
Okay, I'll try. Well, I'll try and work. Well, you and I'll be working it out because I'm just trying to get as many of them as we fucking can.
Yeah, just like I said, as many as you want, dude. We'll have us a 4 or 5 man powwow on this bitch, you know, and we'll walk through it, you know.
Right on.
I'll sit back and I'll put the goddamn screen up so y'all can talk to me, and I'll just.
Shit. Yeah, we trace the whole fucking thing.
We'll map the whole thing.
Hell yeah, that would be it. Being able to put that together on a website and then fucking release
I think it's a good idea to do the site, man, like to contribute.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it'll help. Shit.
It's like I showed you the 325, you know, the comments and stuff I've seen on the 325 Samoa, but a lot of guys don't get on there, you know what I mean, anymore. All those comments are like 15 years old and shit.
Exactly, and everybody's gone different ways. We go track down as many as we can. And
well, man, have a good one, brother. I'll holler back at you.
You too, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Deuces.